Good evening, one and all. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. It is time that we jump into some more good old Warframe. I hope you're doing well where you are around the world. For those of you who've been stuck with the ad right at the start, I need to get around to sorting out a new starting soon screen. I have that firmly on my list of things to do. It's just not very high priority given I still want to get videos out, like the Gara one, which is almost done. Almost done and should be live tomorrow, but we can swap off for Gara. That was just to remind me to mention about that. Nope, let's take that away. Take it away later. Already equip all the good stuff, and there we are. Alright, cool.
Kinky sip space ninjas fighting evil mutant boy bands while discussing spaceships fighting spaceships time?
Space ninjas fighting evil mutant boy bands while discussing spaceships fighting spaceships time. Pretty much, yes, Quintus. And also, thank you very much for the resub there. Tier 3 at 45 months indeed. My word, now that is one hell of a lot of support right there. Quintus, thank you very much for continuing to support the channel. Much appreciated. Cheers indeed. And yes, as Quintus is definitely not just hinting out there but calling it out right. We have exclamation mark and defend in the stream title today. Important event tomorrow, it calls out, and that is because I am running a little bit of an EVE Online event for the community. For this engineer community. Now, this event is entirely a defensive one. It is an event that has been thrust upon us, as it were, because you see, with those who have joined me already over on EVE Online, we've been growing up our bits and pieces, and we've got to the point of putting down a station. Unfortunately, a whole other group has decided, oh, you have something, do you? Nah, we want it. We're going to take it. We're going to destroy it and loot it. And I don't take very kindly to that, because, well, that's our stuff, not theirs, to put it very simply. And so it needs defending, and we only get one shot at defending it. One. There is no do-over, there is no take-backs if it goes wrong. If it goes pop, it goes pop. We get one shot at defending. And that one shot is tomorrow. At, if I've got my time zones correctly, I'm fairly certain I have. Tomorrow, just before 2300 UTC. So it's just before midnight UK time. But it means there's some setup. So if anyone wishes to be part of that, make sure you do follow the details over on Discord. Everyone who wishes to take part will need to be ready from about 10:15 UTC. That's about 11:15 UK time. To make sure you've got everything ready to go. I'm providing all of the ships, all of the equipment. All you need to do is have an account and sign in. You don't even need a subscription. Literally, it's just be there and space fight will happen. Or the station goes kablooey and I'll just be very, very mopey for the next few days, One of those two things. One of those two things will happen. But for now, let's adjust my setup here because it's got mecha set, but I'm not going to use a code
so
bro.
far?
Hello, Captain Sweatpants. Thank you very much for resubscribing for your Prime up onto 9 months. Much appreciated. How's the day been so far? I woke up at about 5:45 this morning compared to, well, my usual times are much later than that. In part because of this whole station defense event thingamajigablob that is happening. Because a previous station, another station I was involved with, went kablooey this morning. I was there to try and get what I could out of it, and did not manage to rescue much at all. So I'd very much like to avoid a kablooey happening tomorrow. That's how it's been. That is how it's been. Anyway, let's quickly update this so I don't have mecha on it. Let's go with a corrosive projection. Can't be upset with that. Mecha pulse, more like swift bite. There we go. And that's good enough for me. Yes, Mythic, it'll be good to have you in the fleet tomorrow. Absolutely. It'll be good to have you in the fleet. Happy I was spending some time in 1999 with January and after makes some shape faster. Yeah, fair do, fair do. Alright, let's start an adversary messages. I'll get around to those. I have slightly more important things on the mind at the moment. Just slightly more. And I believe there is a 60% heat Tysis in Eleanor's shop at the moment. So if ever there was a time to pick up a Tysis, it is right now. Heat is a very solid element to have, and 60% is naturally as high as the bonuses go. Very nice to have.
The beehive works tirelessly to support its queen. The tech rot hoards resources to grow
Alright,
and evolve
Kitty.
its legocytes.
Do the tracking.
We will harvest its precious legocytes and nip its growth in the bud. Follow Kalimos. She will track your...
Yeah, it was a 60% impact mile last time, 60% Tysis this time. I don't remember if I grabbed the mire or not. I'm hoping I did. But there is a chance I might have forgotten and everything else going on. There has been a lot going on.
Pharaoh glands. Reeking, saturated with hormones, and a sure sign a legocyte is nearby.
How all doing today? Doing well. Getting to work on another Coda farm.
Kalimos is working hard to find the legocyte for us.
Ships all prepared for the defense of the station tomorrow as well. Just needing pilots. Just needing pilots.
Techrot's awake, hungry, taking on a new form. I think it's trying to become...
There we go.
The...
Feed the kitty.
online boys?
Feed this all up. Grind never stops. Absolutely. It seems that I do tend to pick up games that have a bunch of grind to them. Right. Serious story-based games? Not seemingly as much as just full of the grind. Yeah, eat this. Excellent! Legocyte has spawned. Legocyte indeed. Let's go tear it into pieces.
Bring it down and drain.
Hello, Cosmo. Alright. That thing taken out.
It's on the move. It mustn't escape or we'll never find it again. And
How interested am I in Path of Exile by Grinding Gear Games? So I've heard of Path of Exile, never played Path of Exile. I hear there's Path of Exile 2 out, but then I've heard very little about it. What I have heard has been contradictory, so I don't know what to make of that. I don't even know if it's actually out or if it's still in the beta stage or something. I literally don't know. Oh, it's still in beta. Okay. I mean, so is Warframe, but you know. Still very much early access. Okay, so is it early access, beta, or player? Just proper playable. It sounds like it's towards the earlier side. Paid beta. Curious. Okay. Will be free to play once fully released. I see, okay. Ah, look at that. We have a packet little synchron. Alright then. PoE 2 is like 2014-ish Warframe right now. Not sure if you're referencing the game design or if you're referencing the pay structure.
I worry about Zeke sometimes.
Alright, let's equip our antivirus mods and get this whole thing on the road. It doesn't really matter what we equip at this point, as long as they are active antivirus mods that can be used. Fair do, Jade. Yeah, I saw that much, yeah. Like immunity to magnetic as Techrot. Curious. And resistant to heat, gas, and slash. Wow. Alright. It's a few resistances. I was saying, as far as how complete it feels, how much content there is, they still have a lot to add. Okay, fair enough then. Well, that sounds a little bit less interesting. That does sound a little bit less interesting, because I've already got Warframe and I've already got EVE Online, so like, how many more grinds can I really fit into the day?
Scourger Purge Squad thought to sweep the block. Got smoked. So we're cleaning up their whole damn mess.
Especially considering with the EVE Online side of things, part of the grind is making sure I can get everything together to support the event for tomorrow, support the defense. Let's dash ourselves forward. Hello, Canyon. Free to join, you're doing Coda solo. I'm doing the Codas solo today. I do prefer to do the Codas just solo in general. It allows me to control the pacing a lot more for myself, I'll be honest. Just a preference. Fire cache detected, let's head on over to it. 100 Techrot melee kills acquired. Very good. Let's grab that on the way. Fire clash nearby. Hold on. There's one. Let's plug this in over here. Now with this one, where will number 2 be? That is the question, isn't it? Where is the second part of this puzzle? Is it up and around here? I mean, is this? I'm looking for a Pheromone charge. Ah! There it is. This is one of those times where it's a little bit harder for me to both read chat and play Warframe at the same time because of the time limit. There we are. JSA, describe problem with PoE2. We're coming from a game with speed surpassing Warframes. The dev's vision of PoE2 is a VSO level in New War in terms of speed and strength. Okay, so it sounds like PoE2 is kind of doing what a lot of people say Warframe 2 would need to do, which is a complete reset of the stats for balancing and pacing. If they wanted to achieve whatever their design goal is. Because like how with Warframe, its damage scaling system just kind of craps out once you hit negative 2 billion.
Yo, tech clock signals down to 50%. Take him to
They are. Halfway through these Techrot. Looks like we're not going to have a duet spawn on the very first mission, which is absolutely fine. It's to be expected most of the time. Pretty much from one button, screen wide explosions, to meaningful combo-based combat, or even normal enemies are a threat. Okay. So yeah, definitely a shift in design and playstyle there. I can see how that's going to get some friction. Oh, we actually got a duet on the first mission. Wow.
Always looking out for me.
I thought I was far enough in that this wouldn't happen. Oh, you are kidding. Duet first mission, and we get the antivirus first mission. Okay. So that's a 1 in 4 chance and a 3 in 8 chance combined. Which is a 3 in 32, about just under 10% chance. Like, not terribly unlikely. Just under 10%. That's still better odds than getting a gold item from 4 intact relics. I'll take the luck. Absolutely. That also is going to have reset the mission node because it was the correct one. Alright, take care, Schnix. Hello, Queen. Did you finish going through that tutorial then, Queen? Okay, let's update the Parazon. Now we know what's up.
Oh, how many boards does this game have?
And let's slap on our 15% mods, like so.
At the end of the day, I really think everyone's doing the best they
Just
can.
say, problem is, players are at roughly 20% of power compared to first game, and enemies are still 80 to 100% strength. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna reduce the power of players, you're gonna reduce the power of players. Any level of comparison beyond that is immaterial, it's just the players are weaker, yeah. Say I want to work out, finish some time off stream. Yeah, after stream, if not today, then certainly sometime in the earlier part of tomorrow, we can get things sorted out for you. Absolutely. Another brave soldier joining the war. Well, it's not much of a war. It's just a defense. A hopefully one-time defense. I'm making a point of it being a one-off event, and that's because I really don't want it to keep on repeating. But if it does, hey, more space battles for y'all. But, preferably no. Preferably we can punch the defenders on the nose, sorry, punch the attackers on the nose hard enough that we don't have to defend again too much. That would be great.
Untold resources during gestation.
That would be great.
Perhaps we can deplete the tech rot. Kalimos is prowling nearby. She'll guide you to your target.
Mm-hmm. Take us along the way, Kalimos.
Good. Keep her safe while she sniffs out the tech rot's darling legocyte. Tech rot ferroglass.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions with regards to the Coda farm or with regards to the defense event going on tomorrow, do let me know, absolutely. More than excited to talk about all that.
You must protect her or she cannot help
Oh,
you.
she's protected. She's fine. Yeah, fair do, Cosmo. Fair do, absolutely. With the way these structured defenses work, you get 24 hours notice, plus however long it takes to get into the... it's called a reinforcement time you set. So in this case, I could set a time anywhere within the day, and the exit time of the reinforcement period would be plus or minus 3 hours around that time. So in this case, the reinforcement time is selected 2250 UTC. 2250. It could have been a few hours before that, it could have been a few hours after that, but that's the time that it's ended up on. And I went with that one because it's going to have the majority of people more available. But in terms of day of the week, no control. The attackers sieged it this morning, which is why it's happening tomorrow evening. Very rude of them, isn't it? And perhaps more rude is that the group that's doing it are usually more active on the weekend themselves. So they've chosen to be more of a problem.
Our faithful Kabat has roused the prey.
They've chosen to be more of a problem.
Drain it.
But hey, we'll do what we can. Every extra person is welcome to make that happen. Seriously, if we end up with like 100 people, I will put out 100 ships. You will not see me shy away from that.
It's on the move. It mustn't escape or we'll never find it again. And this mission...
I mean, it'd be hella nice to have 100 people. I doubt we are going to reach the triple figures, but if we had 100 people defending that station, boy howdy, you know I'd make a moment of it. Hell, with that many people, we could probably take down the attackers station. That'd really show them what's up.
It is done. Either flee to extraction now, or if you have it in you, ask Kalimos to find the next legocyte.
I don't need to hang around here. Mission is complete. No show on the duet. Let's get out. That was all with the hydrate.
What the tech rod has
Cheers.
taken from us.
Good evening, Liv. How you doing?
Formidable effort. Do you think you can do more next time?
Oh, Eleanor. You know I'll never do more when I'm farming a Coda. Never, 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 never. Also, I realise I've been completely overlooking looking at the bounty options. Whoopsies. Let's head into the mall, see what bounty is. It'll inevitably, of course, be Legocyte Harvest, now that I've done that. Raffle command not working for you again? Ugh. Yeah, if the raffle command doesn't work, you should only need to refresh, but it's a weird one. I don't know why that command keeps breaking, of all commands. Not sure what causes it. First, let's grab the bit here. Secondary arcane adapter or former blueprint. I'll get the arcane adapter. Plus melee crit chance. On edge pickup, increased range. It's pretty nice. Or a little bit of armor. Let's go for the range. Legasite harvest. Darn it. Alright, that's fine. We'll just do another normal mission. It happens. Yeah, I don't know why. Just the raffle command. Only the raffle command. Just sometimes breaks.
It's all on us. You wanna play exterminator, fam?
Genuinely baffles me, that one. But hey, let's carve our way through this mission. How exactly is the disinfection optimization? How do you mean, how exactly is it? Not sure I follow.
You get near, it will start ticking. Self-destruct. Need to be quick to get the goods.
You thought computers... sorry, first of all, that only commands sometimes for some people. Thought computers worked in absolutes. Oh yeah, computers do work in sufficient absolutes that it is an absolute something. It's just what those somethings are is unclear to us. To give an example, maybe the command somehow has in its setup that it can only be called by someone once per stream. That once you've used the command, you can't use it again. Not for that stream. Then it would look like that the bot suddenly starts to ignore you, right? But it turns out that it's just a mix-up in that command. But I've deleted and completely remade the command, so I know it's not something like that. But it's that kind of logic somewhere. Because it's only happening with the raffle command, even after I completely remade it, it would suggest to me that the bot has something else connected to a command that should be called raffle. But I've so far not found what could cause that either. So yeah, it is indeed programmatic, it is indeed logical, it's just we don't know what the logic is at the moment. And logic doesn't have to be human logic, it doesn't have to be logic for what we'd want, it just has to be logic for the computer to resolve. Now that's basically what a bug is, right? When logic just resolves in the wrong way. Oh yeah. At some point I'll be able to get it figured out and fixed. Unfortunately, that some point is not yet. Good news, at least, is that the logic of glaive go burr is still correct. Despite any number of changes, we just go bap, 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 bap. It is quite effective. And we're good.
Not Scaldra, not Tech Rock. You feel me? Now extract yourself.
Yeah, we're extracting. There it is. Someone's sort of just saying the way you set the potency mod percent for the remaining disinfection needed, still don't understand some part of it. Okay, what some part of it do you not understand? The short I thought was pretty clear as to when to use what mods. So which bit of it don't you understand?
Reminds me to look out for myself. I think that's like important because, you know,
Because right now, I'm at very low disinfection. If I were to use low percentage mods, then there is a chance, because of that low percentage, I will be just short on completing the run on a given stab later on. So rather than risking ending at 95 or 90% because of using lower grade mods, I'm using the higher grade, the higher percentage, to get through this as quickly as possible. From my perspective, none of the bonuses on the 10% mods are worth doing extra missions when you can get those bonuses, those same rewards, without having to do extra missions. It's just wasteful. But if you don't need the full 15% mods, the two that I've got equipped at the moment, then you would equip the 10%, and now you've got enough to still do your stabbing, and you get the bonus on top. That's pretty much the logical summary as to how it works, and that's why I've given the numbers that I gave in the short on optimizing it. So for now, that is fine as is. We'll go back to the PC. Hello, Byte. And let's go take on our next exterminate. Away we go.
Scaldra systematically pumping a fur bomb through this neighborhood. Not good for anything with a pulse, including cities. Only way to stop them is to put them down first.
Yeah, we'll take out the Scaldra. Don't you worry. I realise I'm using gas here, but these guys are actually strong to gas, right? Yeah, strong to gas, weak to corrosive, which is not great, so I'll just use electric.
Just pinged one of Scaldra's secret stashes. Use a furball charges to
Alright,
melt the lock
stash
from
on the way.
inside. But I gotta tell you, they will not be happy about it if you do.
Get me out of this tree. Weak to corrosive, they keep this fluid around, procs corrosive? Yeah, well, you know.
Scaldra on
Humans are
high
weak to a
alert.
lot of different
Your
things
window
that we
of
still have to
opportunity
use in our
is
jobs.
closing. Find a furball charges.
There's one of on charge. Plug it in. Where's the next one? Somewhere down this way, I presume, but let's go have a look. Yep, right away here.
You
Very
wanted the
good.
clubhouse. Guess what? Their heaviest hitters are now on the way.
And that brings in the Stormfall,
Your sacrifice today
which are actually really easy to take out, so, you know,
will
not even slightly concerned.
A place has surely been prepared for you in the Hall of Heroes.
We're also rather weak to blunt force trauma. I mean, punch him in the face, watch him die. Yep, sounds about right.
How dare they blame us? We will not be their scapegoats.
What's holding on here? Oh, it's that thing. As it's in exterminate, all we're doing is just cutting through as quickly as possible and seeing if the duet want to show their ugly faces. Oh, speaking of. Thank you. I was wondering why I wasn't making any progress. Give him a good old stabberino. There we are. Disinfection at 35%. Now, because we're at 35%, that does mean that if I do a 30% stab next, that'll put it to 65%, and that's within one-shot territory. So I'm safe to use a 10 and 15% mod on the next mission. It'll be a 30% stab. If they don't spawn, I'm safe to use two 10% mods thereafter. Because no one stab will be a one-shot, but every stab thereafter would be still a two-shot. Which is the core of the optimization. It's not 100% perfect optimization, but then you're dealing with RNG. 100% perfect doesn't really exist. It is instead easy to follow and remember. Hey Ladybug, you stick around as long as you are happy and able to, that's all. No requirement for you to be here plenty more than that. I hope you're doing well. Any chance you'll be joining us for the Defend event tomorrow? Let's double check, make sure this is all good. We need to... Oh wait, sorry. It said plus 35, but I'm actually at 50. I misinterpreted that as now at 35. No, I'm at 50. Okay, so we're not in one-shot territory because one-shot can only add 35% for 85. So yeah, again, I just need to use the two 10% mods at this point. Go live heart cell and do I not have the one? Nope, I don't have the one that can give me another antivirus mod. Fair enough. I'll go for live heart cell and potency. That's fine. Just check this out. Reset properly. Yes, yes. Good, good. Not to worry, Ladybug. Not to worry. It is pushing the far end of comfortable for European time zones.
As a beehive works tirelessly to support its queen, the tech rot hoards resources to grow and evolve its legocytes. We will harvest its precious legocytes and nip its growth in the bud.
Alright, let's get this one running.
She will track your
Antivirus bounty, I need to destroy 20 speakers on Techrot's Guzzies. Should be easy enough to achieve.
Keep her safe while she sniffs out the tech rot's darling legocyte. Grab those
I get where you're coming from there, Malaise. I get where you're coming from. I don't know if the will make any changes. Liches and Sisters of Parvos are substantially faster than they used to be already. But I don't know if they will make changes to go beyond that. Can I pick this up, please? Oh wait, I'm already holding one.
Rally to her side while she recovers.
Oh, I turned it in. Let's grab another. And another drops right here. There we go. Launched straight in.
Our faithful Kabat has roused the prey. Bring it down and drain it.
Find our way over. Where you at? Oh. Push the weapon up. There we go. Got it. Jay say if it's a day later, people could use it as a whatever the Friday before Easter is called in English. Yeah. The attackers decided to cause this defense to happen tomorrow that time. The time I had only small control over, but the day was entirely in their hands. Oh, there we are. That should have bounty complete. So exit plus. Thank you. There we go.
It is done. Either flee to extraction now, or if you have it in you, ask Kalimos to find the next Legasite. Remember, the tech rot evolves
Let's get ourselves out of here.
and your next battle will be harder still.
There we are. Laser saying can't join because don't play Eve. I mean,
Next time.
you don't currently, or have you taken a vow of no internet spaceships? Which one is it? Let me say, I like how much less grinding getting a high % bonus on Coda weapons is too, although it does feel a little bad. Well, the weapons I'm interested in have a low bonus. Yeah, it's one of those where if you want to get a high bonus, you can just wait. But if you didn't want to wait, tough, it's hurry up and wait. You never played Eve before? That's the whole thing, Leslie. That's the whole thing. I say in the post, no previous experience required. Looks too confusing? Oh, poppycock. You can play Warframe, can't you? If you can play Warframe, you have the gamer wherewithal to at least engage in the defense event tomorrow. To give you an example, one of the roles that is necessary in the upcoming event, the type of ships that our opponent's going to be using, most likely, are what's known as Triglavian ships. These ships, they spool up their damage over time. They're kind of like a Saren effect. The longer they can keep their effect going, the bigger the power gets. But Eve has a class of ships known as jamming ships or ECM ships that can shut off their ability to do their attack, and that'll cause all of their bonus instantly to go. They'll be back down to their minimum damage level. And whilst that's happening, they can't fire for 20 seconds. If we get a couple of those involved, we can shut them down for a very long time, whilst we just have free reign to open fire on them. It's just straight up counter control. And here's how it operates. You go, I would like to target that ship. Spell 1, spell 2, spell 3. Oh, the ship's getting close. Alright, I move this way. Spell 1, spell 2, spell 3. Did we win? I'm oversimplifying a bit, but yes, it's to that kind of effect. If you think it's going to be really complicated, think of how much you can simplify the combat in Warframe, and you can do it there. Is the battle tomorrow? The battle is indeed tomorrow. We don't get that much warning of someone coming to push our shit in. The battle is tomorrow. Piling nullifiers on top of some very big Sarens, that's the idea. That is the idea. So, if you want to play a denial role, we've got ships ready for that. If you want to play the kind of fast, annoying little gnat that gets in there and grabs people, we got a role for that. If you want to be a healer, we've got a role for that. If you want to be damage dealer, we've got a role for that. We've got it covered. Salvatore saying, for me, PvP is always too much, especially free PK. Hey, I am providing all of the ships for it. So there's nothing to lose and everything to gain for having a bit of time and fun in a defensive event. Give it a try. Do you have to own a PC? PC or Mac? I believe it's available on both. Well, not believe, I know it's available on both. PC or Mac. No guarantees on Linux operating, I'll be honest with you. No guarantees on that. You have neither. Oh, well, okay, yeah, fair enough. If you literally can't access the game rather than you're not sure because you've never tried it before, that's slightly different, yeah. Literally can't access it. Just double checking. Yeah, we didn't have any change on this, that's good. You want to expecting to find yourself stood in front of me here? Yeah, it happens, yeah. Oh, okay, thank you, Byte. Linux works, Steam Deck doesn't. Got it.
Sectors vex. TV's got mental mashing up everything they see. About time we discipline the horror. All of them. We put them in the ground. Feel me?
Yeah, looking for as many people. You don't need prior experience for the defense. You don't need to be especially invested. You don't need a subscription or premium currency or anything like that. All the roles are free to play. All of it is there, ready and waiting for you. It's a unique gaming experience to be part of a big old space battle. And all you need to do is just go, sure, why not? I'll take part. That's it. That is literally it. If we are unsuccessful, then, oh well, you spent some time, you got to play some internet spaceships, and I lose the station. If we are successful, then hurrah, you get to win a space battle. One that is in an asymmetric game, so the odds can very much be against you at times. And you get to go, yeah, but my first one, I won. Rookie, still won. Surely that's worth a try. You expect reports of shenanigans the next day for the wrong time zone, folks? Yeah, there will indeed be a after-action report. I will be doing a write-up on that for those who wish to indulge in the details. Success or not, the details will be shared. How large is EVE Online in terms of storage requirements? That's a very good question, to which I do not have a very good answer. I'll be honest with you. It's not the smallest of games at all, but it's certainly not like Call of Duty size, not at all. But I can't narrow it down, sorry, as I don't know. I saw the other thingy, but I fell down here, right? How did I fall down here? Or did I go up?
Clearing them out. Bet it smells better and all.
What was that? Another charge. Was it over here? Ah! Oh, there it is. Got slightly thrown off my pathing there. There we go.
Proper pissed off. Hitters coming out of every.
Did I answer your previous question? You can always just restate your question rather than asking people if there was an answer to your question. Will I be streaming the event? No. I will not be streaming the event. There's multiple reasons for that, but the biggest one is that we're defending a station. The last thing I need is people hearing exactly how I'm doing the defense on a live stream and going, oh hey, cool, now we know exactly how to attack. I'm not going to give them that intel. If they want to win, they can win with the information they have in-game, not from a stream. They would say, I feel like the number one reward from all this is getting to shoot things in space together with an army. Exactly! You get to be part of a big old fucking space army. Drones, lasers, missiles, jamming frequencies, whatever you're able to sit and bring to bear. You could be a medic, you can be a damage dealer, you could be a support caster. The whole shebang. And if it sounds complicated, don't think about the big picture, think about your part in it. One single part. I'll make it as simple as possible for everyone. Believe you me, you've seen how I can simplify Warframe. You've seen how I can do that. I can simplify the ever-loving fuck out of taking part in one mission in EVE. One. Can EVE be played with a controller? No. Even if it's physically possible, the answer is basically no. Why does this sound like the OG Star Wars Battlefront 2 Conquest game mode? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Early reporting, EVE Online support has 23 gigabytes plus for EVE Online. Okay, so yeah, with the full download, like Byte is saying, it's probably going to be around the 40 gig mark then. Probably in that region. Hello, Kaimones. Welcome on in. We're doing well, just discussing the upcoming event tomorrow, the Station Defense on EVE Online. Anyone on PC or Mac who wants to be involved in a space war, even if it's your very first time touching the game, absolutely welcome on in. absolutely welcome on in. What if I'm right now? Coders. So I can get all of those lovely, lovely heart cells so I can purchase the Coda weapons as they come around. Especially as this rotation, Eleanor has a 60% heat Tysis. And that is important. By asking, will the golden brick be out to defend? Which one of them?
What do you think? Time for a push of our own?
I don't think the golden brick, if it's one you're referring to, is going to be the appropriate ship for the job. But I do have some golden ships which can absolutely get some work done. You work until the time in the evenings? Yeah, fair do, fair do. I understand we do have a significant complement of Europeans who watch this channel, and for those of you in Europe, unless you have a sleep schedule like mine, it's not going to be the easiest to take part. I am completely aware of the fact that this time zone has ended up with a siege which is far more American coded. But it's about the best option we could have had. It is about the best we could have had.
Your window of opportunity to get into the cash is closing. Find deferred on charges.
Aren't Europeans a major part of my viewers? Yeah. And so are North Americans. And a small compliment from what's it? Australia, New Zealand, that kind of area. Again, time zones. Yeah, North America, especially US and Canada. Well, that does not mean not much North America left after that, is there? But point is, US and Canada do make up a large portion of my viewership, yeah. Even here on stream. I hear it, I see it, I grab it. Oh, the other one's right here, okay. Where's the other one? Inside? Inside here. There it is. Ah, there we are.
To the victor! The spoils.
I was saying, oh god, it even lines a whole other beast. It is one hell of a beast. It's a very unique game. That's the thing, even if you join up just for the defense and then never touch it again, fair enough, but you've still taken part in the defense. You get to be part of a space battle. Just like that.
Until I am bleeding from the eyes, the answer is right there in front of your
The largest fleet I've ever personally commanded was about 50 people, so this will be an absolute cakewalk. I'm sure of it. So long as we get enough people together, this will be an absolute cakewalk. Fair enough, Ellie, fair do. Well, Ellie, as you've been in the group longer than most, depending on how many people we get, I may have a particularly special role for you. No promises, but I may do. Oh, good lord, that thing is just clambering towards me. Let's put that one down. Put that one down. Stabby, stabby. Beautiful. We are one stab away from victory. One single stab away from victory. And it occurs to me I don't even need to switch out my mods, because as much as a potency mod has just expired, I've got enough percentage on the remaining mods that, yeah, I'm just not going to make any changes. After. One step away from a dance party? Absolutely. Just saying, translate your content to Portuguese to access the Brazilian viewer market. I have considered the option of having my videos translated. I did have a company reach out. They're offering to do the translations in exchange for, well, that was a little bit more nebulous, which is why I've not followed up on it. But it's not been a particular priority at this time. What ship do I think Sai would pilot in Eve? An interceptor, absolutely. No doubt in my mind, it would be an interceptor. Any one of them. We're done here. Now the question is, which one would order it? Orders would probably be in a monitor. Yeah, fair do, Ladybug. Fair do, absolutely. Alright, I will edit the powers on because I think it was the hard sell one that expired. And the extra hard sell would be nice. Yep, it was the hard sell one that expired. Let's swap in a new one. How many of those have I got? Only 2. Ooh. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's run this through again, get ourselves another antivirus mod out of the farm. Yeah, theoretically, when it comes to captioning the videos, Ladybug, because we've got the proper English captions, they should translate at least somewhat well. It's not like the YouTube auto voice-to-text captioning, which just does a terrible job a lot of the time. It's got actual English to work off to translate. So theoretically, it shouldn't be too bad with the auto-translation. But taking that into automatic voice, instead of it being English voice, it would be, say, Portuguese voice. That's a lot more work. That's a lot more.
Them and take them to Kalimos. Kalimos is in pain.
Guys, just want to say, I really love your Zero to Hero series. Love the narrative. It's interesting to see a different way of progressing the game. Glad you've been enjoying it. After I got the Gara video out, the next one will be another Dan video. It's about time we have that. It is about time we have another of that. Here, kitty, eat up, be good. Let's feed another to the cat. And another. Roadside has spawned, and we've done the bounty bonus, or bounty secondary objectives. Let's just get to the Lego site. Hello. That's that charged. At least enough for the fight.
It's on the move. It mustn't escape or we'll never
Yeah,
find
Dan
it
has been
again.
hit with a number of
This
changes
mission
to
will be a
Warframe
failure.
throughout the series, both changes that have affected Dan directly,
Now
and then changes which seem to have followed Dan. It's a bit of a weird one. It is a bit of a weird one.
It is done.
There we go. Just having good subtitling is damn amazing and awesome. It's important to me. I don't need it. I don't use subtitles unless I am watching something that's in a language that I don't understand, and so I need the subtitles. But it's important for me to have that there. Because, let's face it, it's not that much work to add compared to the whole, you know, making the video. But it makes it so much more accessible for a lot of people. That's important. Alright, let's do the exterminate. There you go, Leslie. Good luck with the run through. I haven't played Deep Rock Galactic or seen much of it to really understand the challenge as you framed it, but Sounds like you know what you're going for. There's some enemies back here. Let's clear them out so they don't become a problem. Accessibility benefits everyone? Exactly. Doesn't matter whether you're hard of hearing, not great with English, hate my accent, or just munching on some crisps whilst you're watching. Subtitles still useful to have, absolutely.
Use the furball charges to melt the locks and get inside. But I gotta tell you, they will not be happy about it.
I'm glad of that, Ladybug. I'm glad you really appreciate the quality of the captions. You like agreeing subtitles where you color codes who's talking as well? Yeah, I noticed the other day, not on Korean, but I think it was on Gemini Tay. For some reason, I opened up a video of hers, and it had a whole bunch of different people speaking in the first few seconds, and the subtitles had turned themselves on. Don't know when, don't know how, don't know why. But I saw that there were colored subtitles, like, oh, that's an option on YouTube. What? Because it's well hidden. And it took me quite some time to figure out how to implement it myself. YouTube does not make that easy. It really does not. You forget I had an accent? Everyone has an accent. Everyone has an accent. The people who believe any individual does not have an accent do not understand what an accent is. Everyone has an accent. YouTube doesn't make anything easy? I don't know. It sure as hell seems to make it easy for scam apps to advertise. Just saying.
Their numbers are dwindling. We can't stop now. Any survivors will be transferred to a new squad.
Caption is great for when your slow-ass brain doesn't understand what I'm saying and technical stuff. Yeah, I understand that sometimes I do get a little bit excited and speak a bit rapidly on videos, or I might say a word in an unconventional way. Maybe it's accent, maybe I've misunderstood the word myself, maybe you've misunderstood the word. It's easy to have it happen for words which you see written rather than spoken. Don't know how you'd see a spoken word, but you know what I mean. So yeah, captions absolutely help with all of that. I realised I've completely given up on the supply cache because I didn't even realise the timer had started. I genuinely hadn't realised whilst nattering that the timer had started because there was no circle around me. And now there's no point even trying. Now there's no point even trying. Oh, but we could deal with these instead. And space.
Oh man! Thought for sure you'd be able to break into that cache.
Yeah, well, don't set off the timer quite so soon. Don't give me a marker before I'm even in timer range. It really throws me off. Maybe the word is doughty? Oh, God. Fucking doughty. And the nervous of people are like, yeah, it's a common word, I know about that word. Like, fuck, it is common. Like, fuck, it is. He's fine.
That's the last.
And we're out of here.
Time to come home.
That's one Coda, all complete, right away. Well, we gotta do the boss fight, but you know what I mean. Welcome in, Alex. You interested in joining the station defense? Let's head out of here and go to space ourselves. What's tomorrow? Exclamation mark defend. But to give you a summary, I am running a defense event in Evil Line. You don't need any previous experience. All you need is a PC or Mac. Install the game with the link in Discord and go through the very simple steps outlined there, just to basically get yourself ready for a space battle tomorrow. It's one that's not going to happen very often, or at least not one that I can get you into very often, because I don't usually intend to have my stuff attacked quite so thoroughly. So we're going to defend. We're going to fight back against these greedy bastards that want to take what's not theirs. So yeah, if you want to be part of a space battle, ships provided, equipment provided, direction provided, all you need to do is turn up and make something happen. That's happening tomorrow. Off stream. The full details are over on the Discord.
Crew. Unsolicited cacophony detected. Systems protesting. Put a
Let's
through the
get to work
speaker.
on the speakers. There's speaker number 1. I almost overshot it somehow.
People push you to be better.
Let's find the big old zits to pop. Oh, I thought they were down here. They are not. There's one. There's two.
Fire on board. Location marked.
The zits dealt with. Let's repel the invaders. Remaining ones. There we go. Do I have a guide for best Railjack equipment? Yes, indeed. Check out the Railjack series I have over on YouTube.
I know I get to do cool stuff, but there's a lot.
Exclamation mark Railjack if you need a link to that. Oh, Ladybug's already got that.
I tried to punch a guy once for making fun of me. It was awesome. Wait, can I see him?
There we go. Hives are taken out, we just need to take out the invaders. There we are, and let's destroy the speaker. Now we just need to wait for this to open up.
Most people totally.
Weird question for
change
Ken, when you're ready
once
Prime
their
comes out, will we make it
days
even
off.
simpler? Nope, I will not be revisiting that guide anytime soon. I have no reason to revisit it.
Recovering. Doors open. It is showtime. Arcwing slingshot loaded. 10-0 in the barrel.
Locked on. Let's bust in.
All my old friends from school are hitting me up for backstage passes now. Oh, you're a total button masher.
It still feels weird to me how these... The online infested, these Techrot Coda, they don't seem to say anything other than just boy bandy voice lines. Which is... It's not the direction I would have gone. It's a rather dispassionate and disconnected direction, not the one I'd have gone. Alright, dodge everything that this has to throw at us. Dodge the missiles. Don't think I dodged that. The speakers appear to be out of sync, which is weird. Incoming lasers, dodge up. Yeah, I was not quick enough to dodge on the way back down. But so far, dodging. I've dodged enough, they don't get the extra damage. Which one can I shoot? There we are, that'll send them to the next stage. Can we make a Twitch's Fault Prime? I don't intend to make that happen either, I don't know. Nope, I rolled into that one. I rolled into that one. Not doing good on the dodging. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, well. I did my best to dodge. It was not enough.
Tough times are just part of the story.
That's fine. I've got enough damage that it shouldn't be a problem anyway. Come on, where's the one?
No regrets, man.
There we are.
I don't get why people are
Would a soft rework on Urali Prime launch be enough reason or still no? I mean, if the frame needs covering again, I'll put it on the list. Just the same with Ash, just the same with Atlas, just the same with Cora. Has anything like that been even announced? I need to do that way.
Their gig has bombed.
No, there's some bits I can yes and with, but to be like, quite honest, the Urali video, the monosyllabic guide to the girl who skates, that one was kind of a one and done. I don't see any reason that needs to be revisited. That's kind of the point, really. There we are. Leslie saying, what would you have done instead? Instead of what? I'm not sure if that's directed at me or not, sorry. Your video is a masterpiece as is. Thank you. Alright, let's pop out of here. One Coda down. I need to roll shoulders a bit. Oh, I have been up since before 6 in the morning and I am feeling it. Oh. So the boy band voice lines for the Coda ledges. They could still act like a boy band, that's fine, but the lines a lot of the time seem to have basically no bearing at all on what we're doing. The lines are very much just thrown out there. I would have gone with something that's much more of a focus as to either them being the infested and fighting us, or fighting against the infestation within themselves. The horror of it. Instead we end up with infested and boy band voice lines, and I can't connect the two together. I'm having a fight whilst someone else in the next room is listening to bits of a podcast about a boy band. That's how it feels. And that just feels weird. Yeah, it just feels weird. It's not really much of a connection to it. Because I thought that the Coda were just tech rot that were trying to replicate online, though, not actually them. So, Coda trying to replicate them, then you'd have their thoughts and memories to it is what they're trying to go for, which means then why they're not complaining about that. I don't know. Something saying, can I ask, was it luck that you learned there's a problem in Eve, or is there like an Eve hotline for emergencies? Neither luck nor hotline. When you say problem, a station to defend, it's my station. I'm aware because me and those of us who are currently part of our little EVE Online group, we earned the station, and I went and purchased it and installed it, and literally within like an hour or two of it going up, some others went, nah, we're going to shoot that down, and declared war on it. Despite it being in so-called high security space, it turns out you can do that. Yeah. Everyone's saying, is the whole point that they're clones of the boy band just repeated stuff the boys would say or have said, so the meaning of the lines is nonsense in purpose because the infestation is just trying to copy them? That can be the point. I'm not sure if that is the point, but that can be the point. Unfortunately, that is a crap point. Because it creates an experience which is disjointed and boring to me. I'll be quite honest. It makes the experience more disjointed and more boring than it needed to be. To go, oh yeah, the reason that you can't interact with them, the reason they seem so disconnected from everything is because it's nonsense. The whole thing is nonsense. It's like, oh, okay. Cool, that was my complaint, that it's all nonsense. That the nonsense is intentional does not make it better nonsense. It just tells me that the nonsense is likely not to go away. Alright, I got 49 live heart cells. Ooh, okay, I've been doing a little bit of work. Let's grab this 60% heat Coda-tysis.
I am sure you'll do great things together.
How rare is the Omni ammo box to drop? No idea, sorry. No idea. So they say, no, I mean the one around 6 AM. Oh, that one. That one I was made aware of based on the fact that another group was had declared war on it, and I realized that that group was very professional as to how they go about their warmongering. And so I figured that group has declared war so they can attack it the second it becomes a valid target for their plan. And sure enough, they did. Sure enough, they did. 6:04, I arrived on scene. 6:05, they opened fire. Not a moment wasted. They had their ships in position, had another person in the group, Eliu, who was there, who saw them get their ships into position, and sure enough, not even the slightest hesitation from them. They went straight at it. Yeah. The group, very skilled in what they do. Alright, I need to get the next one going. Melvin's saying, to me it's like a zombie trying to convince you it's not a zombie by just speaking words about understanding how language actually works. Again, I get it. But that doesn't really make for the most conversationally interesting adversary. I get where you're coming from, Mailman, and I get what you're trying to defend. But all you're doing is re-describing the same experience that I've just said I don't like. So, fair enough. Fair enough. If you have observed it and you like it, have you even said if you like it? I don't think... No, if you've even said that. Nope, you haven't even said if you like it or not. You were just back in the corner of it for some description. You agree the others are more engaging. Okay, so I don't get what this entire conversation is now then. Anyone in Kent? Not called Kent. Just thought I'd stopped by to say hello in case you don't remember me. We met at a relay one time. You're feeling a little bit ill. Even though it was a while ago. Glad to see you doing well, man. Thank you. Please stay to Twitch chat. That's why we have it. Alright. Let's get this next run. Salvatore saying, the stage before things went wrong, they can perfectly copy the boy's voice and personality in a blind interview. Fair enough. I figure there's more to it than just broken voice lines, but it's what we've got. Just gonna give that person a quick polite I am streaming smiley face. I don't think they realise. Not sure how that's happened, but I don't think they realise. Alright, Klimos, bring in the infested.
Grab them and take them to Kalimos. Kalimos is hurt. She's recovering, but you need to protect her.
Kalimos is fine, Eleanor. I really don't know what you're so upset about. The cat has never died on my watch. You love Kalimos? Kalimos loves you too when you bring the can of tuna. You know, the good stuff. Can we get a disc, please? Hello. One mixtape. Nope, that is in fact not a mixtape. Anna doesn't like the precious kitty being in danger. The kitty is not in danger. We've been over this. It's an immortal ghost cat. It's fine. Fixate. Let's go plug this in. Get these infested off my back. Auto hack. Nice.
Drifter. New Techrock Coda just hatched. Tracking your void-saturated DNA signature. Has an expiry date of... never. You might be stuck with this one for a while.
Cheers. It's been a while since I've had to set myself to D&D while streaming. Anyway. And we have a Legosite. Excellent.
Harvest it.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised the whole Kalimos flying like Wukong if it turns out that, Ow. Ow! What the fuck is that reflection? Is that like Mesmer skin? There we go. It's a weird reflection. I didn't see what caused it.
Stop it. Escape is failure. Hurry, harvest now. End this generation.
It's always so sinister when she says it like that. End this generation. But yeah, what if Kalimos is Wukongified?
Extraction now, or if you have it in you, ask Kalimos to find the next Legosite. Remember, the tech rot evolves
don't know what
quickly
they're talking
and
about
your
right now, and I
next
don't
battle
care.
will be harder still.
Oh wow, that's a few potency mods.
You can count on this coming up when we renegotiate my contract.
Yeah, still weird. Still weird. Alright then, this one's weak to rad viral. Well, that brings it back a bit, doesn't it? Okay, let's rip out the potencies, pop back in the antiviruses, and once again, we're on the process.
Passion is what drives me.
DJ ROM Space Stuffed Crust Boot. That is a boot with space stuffed into the crust. Oh, it's a moon shoe! That's what it is. That's what it is. It's fine. Normal. It's all good. Just slightly weirdly described. Anyway, let's get cracking. The bounty's moved around to an exterminate one. Hey, that works. Antivirus bounty, tech enemies explode on death. That's not an objective. I mean, I'll take it. It's just, that's not an objective. Alright then. You take care, Ladybug. Have a good one.
Sectors vex. TV's gone mental, mashing up everything they see. About time we discipline the horror. All of them. We put
No, we'll absolutely put some fire into them. Don't you worry, Quincy. They will burn and then explode. That explosion does not seem even slightly terrifying. Hello, Hydro. Welcome on in.
Scourge your supply cache in the area. You get near, it will start ticking.
Come on, don't get stuck in the terrain, Ken.
Need to be quick to
Barely got into here. Fly cache detected. Let's head on over.
Charger 2 will melt that lot proper.
Because even though it's detected all the way over here, we need to rush straight towards it, otherwise I'll never get it done in time. Such is the way. Oh. Let's grab this. Seeing as it's right there. Grab this one, seeing as it's right here. And now, let's start grabbing these fur bonds. That's the one that spawns here. Where does the other one spawn? It's the same tile, Ken. Surely you can remember the spawn. Let's see. I think it was... Was it up in the rafters? Nope. I don't know why, I'm just not seeming to memorize these locations. Is it somewhere out here? No. Not good. Is it somewhere down here? Nope. Somewhere over here? No. We got the one that was there. I've only got 15 seconds left. God damn it. There it is. 3 seconds. I'm too late. God damn it. Alright. Wasn't going to get that one. That's painful. You really do have to rush towards it and just know where you're going, or be very careful on how you search so as not to waste time. That's tough. Can't win them all. Oh, believe you me, it's a lesson I know very well recently. Can't win them all. Hey, but we've got our Coda to spawn. Hey, isn't this mission 1 again? But it's not. Straight away found. Alright. Hello, Rosie. How are you doing today? Welcome on in.
Ain't no man bested by no tech-rotted fax machine.
Let's just carve our way through this. I'm at the exit. Where's the other 60 of the tech rot? Is this what happens when you don't get the supply cache? The game just decides to spawn the enemies too slowly. Come on, come out the ground so I can put you back into it. Got no more prime Warframes for Hunting Resurgence? Nice, well done. Give this all a proper poppin'. Still need another 33 enemies, is that? Yep. Oh, you got all your primes and completed Silk Path. Very nicely done, well done. What grind have you got next to do? Or is it perhaps something more casual than a grind? There we go, that's a nice cluster of them to take out. Six more to go. It's slightly silly going back and forth like this, but you know, we will get it. There we are.
You got the worst of it. Now come on home, fam.
You know the worst of it? I practically scoured it. Still need to get normal Protean, you ready? Fair do, fair do. Good luck with that. Alright, Parazon update. So yeah, that was first mission they turned up. Huh. Unfortunately, did not roll the extra luck on the antivirus. No matter. So let's bring in anti-V, let's bring in L44, and let's bring in the dubs. Take him from there. So we've done the bounty. That brings us next to this. Kill Skuldra troops with abilities. Not going to see a lot of Skuldra for that.
It is harvest time. Your crop, the Tekrot Legosite, an evolving beast that consumes untold
around the corner.
resources during gestation. Harvest enough of them, and perhaps we can deplete the Tekrot.
And away we go.
Is prowling nearby. She'll guide you to your target.
Come on, you weird little ghost cat thing.
Good. Keep her safe while she sniffs out the Tekrot's darling Legosite.
Down this way. There we go. Alright.
Tekrot ferroglads.
Once again, just a good old Legosite capture, single round of it. Seeing if the Coda wish to spawn. Ain't nothing more to it.
Quickly now to her side.
Oh, she's fine. See? Absolutely fine. My timing is slightly off on my throw today. There's a few times I notice I'm just kind of standing there awkwardly as Lavos because I've got the timing out. Not sure how I'm doing that. Might just be a bit tired, but then, yeah. Got another pickup over there. There we go. Hey! 2 in a row. 2 missions, 2 duet spawns. That is nice. Give him a stab. And still none of those. God damn it. Okay, I can only get so lucky, it seems. Can only get so lucky. Okay. Oh, I'm already holding one. Yeah. Let's head on over to the Legosite.
Our faithful Kabat has roused the prey. Bring it down and drain it.
Hello, jellyfish. You interested in joining the defense? All equipment's provided, and we can have a big old space battle.
It's on the move.
Hopefully not too big. Hopefully just our side is the big side, and the attackers end up getting their shit pushed in for daring to threaten this community. Paid luck? Were it so easy. It occurs to me, weirdly enough, that all of the... what do you call it? Yeah. When it comes to the different adversary weapons, it's getting increasingly hard to shortcut the process with Platinum. When it came to just the Kuvaliches, you could, once they finally introduced it, you could trade Kuvaliches, and that would allow you to cherry pick the one you wanted. When it came to Sister of Parvos, same thing again, except now some of the weapons are also with Ergo Glast. You can't buy those ones for Platinum, and you can't buy the currency for Platinum. And now we come to the Coda here, and there is no speeding it up other than just to buy the mods. And the mods themselves actually come pretty quickly, so there's not even that much incentive to buy the mods. You know, once you got your first set, you're good. It's kind of curious to me in that regard that as we go along, it seems like there are fewer ways to skip with Platinum. Which totally tells me, these cosmetics, yeah, they are selling well apparently. And he are quite comfortable with that, it seems. Alright, let's update the power zone, because I don't think I did that. Nope, didn't do that yet. Let's do that. Interesting view we have with that. Fair enough. Honestly, that was not my intent. I didn't make the game do that. But our Trojan tracker, and it is a worm away. And might as well throw in a 15%, don't matter which one, just a 15% as well. Very, very good. Alright, so next up we have got this exterminate right here. Let's see, can we do 3 for 3? What's the sad face antivirus? I think that's an antivirus that has been fully used up. So the TechRot has adapted to it. I can no longer use that mod. Its particular kernel structure is degraded, something like that. Not to worry, Jellyfish, not to worry. Have yourself a good one. Enjoy the stream at the very least. At least, I hope you enjoy it. No, no, screw hope. You will enjoy it. This is a command. Enjoy the stream, damn it. You're not allowed to dislike the stream now. It's locked in. You're here. Enjoy it. Hello there, credit card number. How the hell do you remember your username? And don't tell me it's your credit card number. Oh dear. You don't. Oh, well, fair enough. Yep. Best way to not get hacked. When even you don't know what your account is. How can anyone get it out of you? Fair enough. Let us keep up little rating. Poppity poppity pop.
If Furbon charges will get you inside, but you've gotta be quick. They're rigged to self-destruct.
No, don't self-destruct. That'll be a problem. That'll make it where the mission takes much longer again.
Look for Furbon charges.
Yeah, let's try and avoid that happening. I feel like I'm quite a distance away from it. It's already ticking. Oh yeah, somewhere in this region. Wait. What? Okay. Somewhere in the next 17 zip codes? Is that what this is? What the hell is this? Good luck, Ken. Just find the thing. It's somewhere on this mission. Oh, you know what? Screw this one. Screw this one. I'm not even trying any further. I'm just going to kill the Scaldra. That's what we're here for. I've got no reason to go looking for those bits and pieces. I just wouldn't get it. They would spawn a single tile, just got the biggest tile. Yeah. And the thing is, unless they are visibly out in the open, you're just not going to spot them until you're right up close. Okay, there's one.
There's barely any Techrot in the area. This is purely
I just happened across that one, so fuck it, why not? Who knows, maybe I'll find the other one on the way in? Nope. I'm not even going to have time to get back to it. Like, it could be anywhere in this tile. This is just stupid.
The cache was destroyed.
Yep, no one gets the contents. Yay!
Make do.
Yay! Oh well. We'll just continue cutting through all of these, and who knows? Maybe we'll get a compensatory 3 for 3 spawn on the TechRot Coda. We are only 3 missions deep on this run, so you never know. I think we're only 3 missions deep. Yep, only 3 missions deep.
Shortchanging artists. Service rarely know the ins and outs
3 for 3.
of business. But I
There we go.
and I look
So that is a 1 in 64 chance of that happening. 1 in 64 chance. Pretty good. Here's the crazy thing. If I had the correct mod on the first time, then the second and third time I could have got 35% stabs. So it would be at 75%. Unfortunately, I did not, so we're at 15%. Not quite that lucky. But still progress.
That's the last of them.
Alright, we're done here. Let's get out.
Time to
Actually, just send out some more of that. Yeah, I was trying for an ability kill there, but it's not going to happen with that setup. From Elliot, a fun little detail I love about the zoo tile, though, is that there's an enclosure with an information board for the same species as Bird 3. It seems as though that's where Albert got Bird 3 from, rather than our timeline. Oh, okay, fair do. That is a curious one. Alright, so that stab is going to reset the missions,
between the 5 of us.
which is good. I can take off the mod, which is no bueno, which is, thank you, also good. There we are. 15% on that, 15% on this, because we're at 15 already. That'll give us 35, bring us up to 50% on the next stab, or more if it's later.
Labels get comfy.
Just got here, there's a 60% weapon. There is indeed Godly Snows, yep.
Because
A
ours
60%
rarely
heat
know the
Tysis.
ins and outs of business. But I do. And I look out for my guys.
No, yeah, that is correct. Yeah, I had a 15% mod on. Yeah, that is correct. Cool. I forgot about that. So we're not where I thought we were. If we get the stab this time, we'll hit 65. We'll be in one-shot territory. Ah, that's good. It is theoretically possible to do a 5-mission run. It is possible. I mean, it's technically possible to do a 3-mission run, but ain't no one gonna pull that off. But it is possible to do a 5-mission run here. We had 5%, 5%, and 20%, bringing us to 30. We can land a 35, 35, to those two adding up to 70, bringing the whole thing to 100%. Now, the chance of that happening from here is only 1 in 16, but to even have got to this point is a 1 in 64. So, we've already gone through most of the odds against that happening. 1 in 16, you never know. Maybe I will indeed have streamer luck today. Just maybe.
Got a solid move. Abandoned supply cache. Now listen up.
Yep, abandoned supply cache. I'll keep it in mind when I get closer.
Before it's smoked. See?
As a little YouTube update, the Gar video is mostly done. I need to sort out the captions, I need to sort out the thumbnail, and I need to sort out the Patreon assets. But then it'll be ready to go. Something to ask somewhere else. But yeah. What happens to the Gara command when the video releases? It will be replaced with the Gara link. The silliness will be replaced with sensibility on that one. You interested in joining the defense, Schnoz? It's not quite a railjack mission, but it'll certainly be a more interesting one. Let's think, where is that other Thingy-me-bob gonna be? Where will I find it? You've never played Eve? That's fine. If you got PC or Mac, you'll be able to join in. And I can confirm, from having already run someone through it, you can be ready to go in half an hour flat. If you download, it's good. In an hour, you'll at least have some basic experience under your belt as well, so you don't feel completely out of place jittery, but in a half hour, you'll be ready to go. 1 hour, definitely ready. 2 hours, whew, that might just be overqualified. Okay, I'm kidding on that one. But yeah, you can get through the tutorial, the starting tutorial, not the full career ages, but the starting tutorial in a half hour. There is a further tutorial which I do recommend. Takes people about 2 hours to get through the full thing of that. Yeah, I just gotta find a thing.
Supplies destroyed.
But it's not necessary to do that for the event tomorrow. You know, gigabit speeds? Nice. Then yeah. Follow the steps on the Discord. Grab yourself a free account. Get yourself through the half-hour tutorial. And I'll be able to bring you into the event. As long as you're able to make the time. I will say with the Gara video, I've taken a slightly unconventional approach compared to my other videos in how I go over abilities. Because you know how I'll normally go over the passive, then the 1, then the 2, then the 3, then the 4. Kind of spec them all out and then go into use cases building and whatnot. Gara is a special case. You are kidding me. Is this 4 for 4?
I know our music isn't for everyone.
Is this 4 for 4?
Proud of what we do. We bring people together.
Well, okay. Yeah, that 4 out of 4 missions I have had the Coda duet spawn. This one really wants to get solved, doesn't it? They are begging to be put out of their misery. Have I had trouble with the leg sight from Temple Archimedes? I'll be quite honest, I just haven't done it. I just straight up haven't done it. I've been looking at the modifiers, I've been looking at the rewards, and I just kind of went, nah, I'm good. That one did not grab my interest. Hey, new to this game, started playing late last month, there's a lot to process this game. Oh yes indeed, it is a big game, there's a lot to take in. Absolutely. But you'll get there, bit by bit. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You could never spawn at 25% whenever you went for them, usually 50 to 200. Fair enough. I mean, they should spawn sometimes at 25. And if you're saying usually 50 to 100, then that means not always 50 to 100, so sounds about right to me. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. This mission is more of a stonker than the Coda spawns. Oh. Failing the supply cache really makes the enemy spawns a problem. Guys' video is a different pacing layout than some of your video. Guys, right. Yeah. And you'll see it tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow. As I said earlier, I need to sort out the captions, thumbnail, description, and Patreon sets. Yeah, as I always put the builds up onto Patreon. There is some mathematics demonstrated in the video, but it's nothing that qualifies as meet the math, I don't think. But if there's any requests over on the Patreon side, they're welcome to request. Okay, let's update the Parazon. I've burnt out 2 mods. Excuse me. Pop, pop. And let's pop on... Now we're at... What percentage again? 65, yeah, so I do need to use 2 15% mods. There we are. But you see, if I had used 10% mods, if I got greedy and said, oh, it's low percentage, what's the chances? Then I wouldn't be in one-shot territory right now. If I had done anything other than follow the optimization that I had put out there, we wouldn't be in one-shot territory. So because of following that process, there is a 1 in 4 chance that I can finish this right here, right now. 1 in 4 chance. And you know what? That's splendid. That is splendid.
Ops came to purge the block.
Your Warframe VSync is a bit weird. I will be honest, I don't really understand how VSync actually works. I normally know what it's supposed to do, but beyond that, it's all Greek to me. Some people say it's great, some people say it's terrible, some people say it's great on certain games and terrible on others. The explanations go well above my pay grade. I just go with what works. Assuming this streamer is associated with Warframe in some community capacity. I'm not sure I quite follow what you're saying there, Fart. How do you mean associated with Warframe in some community capacity? Like, I'm a streamer, I am part of the Warframe Creator program. So my glyph is in the game, my logo is up on their website with links to the content I produce. But beyond that, I'm not sure I fully understand the question. Alright, we've got this charge. We know this one. Head down here. Through there. Plug it in. And then the other one, was it up around this way? I keep forgetting this one. Oh. Where is this other one? It is... Oh, here... I've looped again, god damn it. I need to learn this tile for this particular one. It's... here, there it is. Did they ever fix having more frames made you get more beam damage, stuff like that? I'm not familiar enough with the issue to know whether it was resolved or not, sorry. There we are. If I say, like, Dead by Daylight has the Fog Whisperer theme for creators. Not sure what that is, sorry. Just asking because I had to stop playing Dead by Daylight because the game is preposterously toxic and behavior studios decides to promote some very unkind toxic people. I can tell you that this game does not promote toxic people. In fact, without going into details, because I don't want to bring up the drama, someone took a rather distasteful approach towards members of the community, and even though they were no longer even part of the creator program because they were part of an older system, a sanction was still applied to them, having the last of their glyph removed from the game. So the devs do not take kindly to people who get toxic even at creator level. They don't take kindly to it. They are.
Halfway there. On the job, no quit.
I won't go into any further details on that because I just don't want to cover drama or stuff right now. But yeah. Warframe on the whole is a pleasant community and a pleasant experience. You will come across problem individuals here or there, certainly where things can be more competitive. Competitive elements bring out the worst in people. That's just the nature of people, I'll be quite honest. The Warframe community is by and large a good one. I'm happy with it. Should I say, I remember when testing some years ago that some damage was enhanced, both received and inflicted based on FPS. I remember things like that existing. I don't know if they got fixed, how they got fixed, where exactly they're rolling to, sorry. That is a level of technical investigation I've not done. You wish Conclave were more alive? That Conclave is not more alive adds to the lack of toxicity in Warframe, because Conclave is competitive. Competitive breeds toxicity. It doesn't have to, but it does, is the point. So I'm actually kind of happy there is not more Conclave in the game. I certainly wouldn't want to be expected as a creator to be covering Conclave due to its popularity if it had it. That would genuinely put me off.
Now come on home, fam.
That would genuinely put me off. But thankfully I don't have to deal with that. I can stay in my lane and it's all good. I can just do fun little things like that. We didn't get the duet spawn there, did we? No. Ah, that's unfortunate. Gone so far. 4 out of 4 missions on the first 4. The duet spawn. 25% each time. This one, couldn't seal the deal. Couldn't get a perfect run. Ah, couldn't get a perfect run. Face-off modes, new PvP, yeah. Can't say I'm that interested in that either. Can't say I'm that interested in it. Alright, let's drop the Affinity one. Let's swap it out for a 10% chance of a live heart cell. Use one of the used ones. Makes more sense.
Passion is what drives me.
Alright then.
Not just some desire for success.
Guess we just got her pizza dropped on the pavement? Petra, are you the one who did the dropping, or what's going on there? How are so many pizzas becoming a problem?
We shall starve the Tekrot of vital nutrients by forcing it to create legocyte after legocyte. A fair warning, each beast will be stronger than the last.
Now, from what I understand, Salvatore, Eve Echoes has some genuinely safe areas, right? Like, genuinely zero PvP areas. I may be misremembering, but I think that's the case. Delivery guy just tripped up and dropped it on the doorstep. Well, that's no fun. I hope they get you a new one quickly, yeah. I hope they get you a new pizza quickly.
Pharaoh glands. Reeking, saturated with hormones, and a sure sign a legocyte is nearby.
Bring it on.
Kalimos wants a snuff.
They just pay you back, have to sort your own food out, they don't deliver any more today. Oh, that sucks.
Kalimos, she needs you.
That really sucks, Petra. Yikes. I hope you have something decent. It's fine for people to make mistakes in jobs, honestly, completely fine. But when it comes to something like literally tripping and dropping the pizza on the ground, first of all, pay a bit more attention, you know? It shouldn't be that hard. But then going, oh, sorry, well, guess we can't feed you today, figure it out, here's your money back. That just sucks. That really does suck. Legs I popped very easily.
It's trying to run. Stop it. Escape is failure.
Petra, someone who also works in delivery, it's not that difficult to F it up, especially if you're just falling over your own feet. Oh, hey. Okay, 6 missions to completion. I'll take 6. 6 is still very fast. Damn.
It is done. Either flee to extraction now, or if you have it in you, ask Kalimos to find
Doubt the guy who
next
tripped is the one who made the
site.
decision? Oh yeah, I doubt the one who tripped made the decision of, oh, we're not going to bring you a new one. Absolutely. Not saying that. It just... It's a rough situation to be in. Ordering that food, it's right at the end of the day, and that's when an issue happens? Ugh.
It will be tougher next time.
That's just, ugh. I hope that doesn't happen any further to you, Petra. At least you got the free soda they gave you the order. Yeah? Yeah, you've got a soda. That is a something, at least. Oh. Time for Streamlock scales to be balanced. Next code is going to be a 12 mission. Let's know. Alright, off we pop. I wonder, is it? Is 12 mission the longest it can possibly take?
Crew.
I guess it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Cacophony detected.
Because if they spawn on mission 4,
Protesting.
100%, and you get it wrong. They spawn on mission 8, 100%, and you get it wrong. They spawn on mission 12, and you have to get it right, and it has to be at 100%. So yeah, 12 is the longest, isn't it? Okay, don't know why that just didn't occur to me.
If all your artists are giving you trouble, maybe the problem isn't with them.
Oh no, actually no, because you won't be at 100%. Of course you won't be at 100%. That'll only get you 60%. 75%. So yeah, actually no, the longest, so long as you are using potency mod sensibly, would be 16. Yeah. Not 12. Poppity poppity pop.
Tell the difference between
Next one.
honest criticism and straight up jealousy.
Let's pop this.
Solo artists get really lonely. Success can be isolated, but we've got each other.
Pop, pop. There we are. Fair do, Salvatore, fair do. Our little group is currently hanging out in High Second EVE Online, so not the worst place to be. You can roam out from there without having to have all the horrible infrastructure, or the woes of it. Am I going to put out a Coda video when I get one of each? If this... Oops. Maybe this fired. If there's something worth covering on the level of covering all of the weapons, I will. The thing with the Coda weapons is that, by and large, it's looking like they're closer to mastery fodder than actually interesting weapons. Which is not really the most inspiring thing to cover. Not the most inspiring to cover.
Arcwing slingshot loaded. 10-0 in the barrel.
It's like... We've got brand new magnetic mods, but I don't need to do a whole video on those. Despite that they changed the nature of the game. In fact, they changed the nature of the game more than the Coda weapons, probably. Because of the new modding options they give you, but I don't need to do a video on those specifically. They more just kind of fit in. How many antivirus are there? Yeah, 3, and then 2 plus potency. There's 8 antivirus. Don't know why I did that attack. Dodgy dodgy. Okay, apparently I didn't dodge that one. Actually, fodder sad but true. It do be like that some days. I get that it's fitting within the adversary lineup's power, it's just, yeah, less inspiring. Especially when you consider how far into the game it is. You can get access to Steel Path before you might be doing the Coda hunts. You certainly get access to the Zaraman Incarnate sooner, or can do. So yeah, it's an interesting one. At least it's not older. It's not older, it's true. Still a bit. Are we going to get an updated Sporothrix video? Does it need one? Is the new Sporothrix that different that the original guide must be overhauled? That's the priority? That's what I'm getting at. That was a terrible set of jumps. Whatever, fuck it. Have your buffs. See what I care. Have your buffs.
You have been the best audience.
Oh shit, okay, they have the buffs. Fair enough. There we are. First time I've gone down to this fight.
I've tried really hard not to let popularity influence me.
There we are. As I was saying, if I recall correctly, it's kind of a mid-upgrade on Spyro. Yeah, kind of an upgrade is not worth doing a whole video on. It's just not. That's the thing. I only have so many hours in a day, only so many hours in a week. If I put out videos on each of the Coda weapons, going over them bit by bit, here are the stat changes, blah 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 blah. Stat changes you can bloody well read. Just looking at it, comparing it to your weapon. You're going to pick it up for MR fodder anyway, so what's it damn well matter? And you have a look and you go, oh, okay, so this one has 2 more damage and a progenitor bonus. Yay! That's just not enough to cover. It's just not enough to cover. Even if they do get significantly buffed, but all the mechanics are the same, it's just, hey, yeah, there is an updated version, it does the same thing, but bigger number go burr. Have fun. I don't usually cover weapons that suck in the first place. If it's just bigger number go burr, it's still just going to win. So yeah. There's music here I've muted. Yeah, I've had the in-game music muted for quite a while, Betra. Quite a while. Just wonder how long it'll take till we get more mastery rank points, more rank up. So mastery ranks need a cap, an extra mark can be used for something else. Mastery ranks need a cap, an extra mark can be used for something else. I don't know what you mean by that, Zenta. We've got plenty of mastery to go, so I'm not sure what you're on about. How many hours would I to expend for that sort of video? So it's more time than it's worth? Pretty much, yeah. Because, let's be real, if it popped up on your YouTube feed, the Engineer does a video on the Coda Sporothrix or Coda whichever weapon. How interested are you actually in that? Certainly if you watch the first one, and I go through and go, yep, it's basically a stat buff, so build it like you did before. Would you watch the next one? How far would you get through if I did a full video of all of them together in one? You watch the first bit, and I go, yep, this one's a stat buff. This one's a stat buff. And this one's a... Could be a YouTube Shorts. Even YouTube Shorts has to be more interesting than that. Even YouTube Shorts has to be more interesting than that. Could also say, part of me would be interested because it's you, of course. However, the draw is if I won that weapon. Yeah, and that's the thing. You're interested because it's me, because I put out interesting things, right? So if I cover something, you believe it to be interesting. But then if I cover things, certainly multiple things, and they're not interesting, we're now updating yours and everyone else's expectation of the work that I put out of Ken will cover just about anything in Warframe, whether it's interesting or not, so now it's a crapshoot. Are you about to spend the next 10 minutes learning about something you want to care about? Or are you about to spend the next 10 minutes going, oh, that's it? Alright. Well, thanks for the update, I guess. And for the kind of content I put out, that just doesn't work. That really just does not work. If I put out a video every single day, if I was one of those kind of streamers that would just mod up a weapon on a stream and then just take a 10-minute clip of the stream and bam, that's your video, sure, whatever. Sure. Job done, I guess. But that ain't me. I don't make a 10-minute video in an hour. It does not work like that for me. The research that goes behind it, optimization, verification, the function testing, making sure all the bits and pieces actually fit together the way they do as best that I can check. There is the scripting to make sure there's the flow of all of it, to get the pacing right. I'll do the audio recording, and then, as you've probably noticed, my videos don't have audio and video recorded at the same time. Getting the scenes together, figuring out what scenes I want, placing them all together, getting the overlays into position, any additional graphics need to be placed into it, anything that needs to be live walkthrough. There's a lot that goes into it. Yeah. Been saying, new people get drawn to videos that cover new content, your niches break down the mechanics numerically, so how many people engaged with your original Sporothics video after the Encore update? How many people engaged with the original Sporothics video after the Encore update? You know what, let's see, what was the uptick on that? Was there an uptick on that? If I go Sporo, views, last 90 days, and if I set this to weekly, just to get the numbers quickly, so back in late January, it was getting 483 views, 515, 519, 466, 487, 458, 408, 459, going weeks all the way up to March 9th to 15th. The week after that, March 16th to 22nd, it went up from 459 views in a week to 4,023. And then back down to 864, 379. We're actually now lower than before the update on a weekly view basis. Lower than before the update on that video after that initial 1 week spike. So, yeah, there was a spike and it dropped off again. The majority of the Sporothrix views, it's grown over time. So in the first week of that video going out, it got 37,000 views, and as a video it's now up to 99,000. Is this the number one Lavos main? I don't know if I was the first. Welcome in, guys. How are you doing today? How are you doing? But yeah, that Sporothrix video, compared to the new Sporothrix, the Coda Sporothrix, I just don't see that there's much worth talking about on it. Not the one I wanted. Because, yeah, 2 more magazine doesn't require a video. Tiny bit more reload doesn't require a video. Crit chance going from 1% to 5% certainly does not need a video. 2 percentage points on a status, so not even a 4% status increase. Not even a 2% damage increase on the pre-progenitor damage. And if you need to be told that the Coda weapons have a plus 60% on their damage, gotta help you at this point. And on the radiant attack, again, a teeny tiny range increase. The damage is barely moved. And that's about it of note. And so I wonder if a newer video would have kept more interest for a longer term. Yes, a newer video would have got more people to click on it because they'd have clicked on a Kengineer video. And again, refer to all the previous points I just said about the cost of putting out a Kengineer video that people watch. They get to the end of and they go, oh, is that all? Oh. 6% ISIS is pretty nice. I mean, it's nice to have the 60% to pick up, yeah. I'm going to go through them personally myself. It's just, don't expect there to be videos for each and every single one of the Coda weapons. Not from me. Other people, sure, they might cover it the way they do, but that's not the way I do things. I typically put out a video a week, a video guide each week. So if you think of it in that perspective, a video guide each week, 52 weeks in a year, so that's 52 videos. If I were to cover, for example, a Warframe every single week, after a whole year, I still would not have covered every single Warframe. And I don't want to cover just Warframes, despite the game being called Warframe.
Harvest enough of them, and perhaps we can deplete the tech.
We get a brand new Warframe every 3 months, roughly. So that's 4 of my 52 right there, just on brand new Warframes.
That's it, Kalimos. Good girl. Now, we are not going to let any harm come to that precious feline, are we?
Harm can come to her. She'll get over it. At this point, it'll just, you know.
Kalimos have a whiff of them. That will help her find our target.
Like we're saying, I like the Spyro haven't got the Coda versions, it's barely upgraded aside from Progenitor bonus. I mean, the Progenitor bonus is 60% more damage. There's no getting around that, it is 60% more. On top of the teeny tiny little bonuses otherwise sprinkled in there. The big bonus is it's a Progenitor weapon. It's up to you if that Progenitor bonus is enough, and it sounds like it's not for you. I did more than one video per week? Not typically, no. Recently, I've tried putting out a little bit more here or there, but especially in combination with the Dan videos, if you take out the Dan stuff, it's one guide a week, pretty much.
You are now being stalked by a knockoff clone of a popular late 20th century boy band. If you need backup,
so yeah,
you know where to find us.
That's my typical kind of output. I try to do the videos as quickly as I can, while still maintaining the quality, while maintaining a healthy work-life relationship. Balance, not relationship. Well, relationship too, I suppose. I don't mind the Dante thumbnail's a new player playthrough. The Zero to Hero series. Do I feel those videos worth it? That is a very interesting question, guys. That is a very interesting question. Oh, I've still got the Spaltrix equipped. Whoopsies. I didn't de-equip that. So, define worth it, I think, is the first question I have there. Define worth it. The series as a series does what every series does, and that is it goes down in views significantly over time. The most recent videos perform substantially below my guide videos, if that's the angle you're going for. Seems like a lot more work than a normal guide. It's actually kind of the opposite. It's actually the opposite. So, the biggest work, really, in terms of effort for results on a Dan video, I'd say the biggest work is actually the captions. Because I don't have a script when I've done a Dan video. If I've gone through it, I've just kind of gone in with an approach. I know where I'm taking it, and maybe I'll have to re-record a bit of voice here or there, but mostly it is a flow, kind of like a live stream. But that then means that in doing the captions, I've got to properly go through and caption the whole thing. I can't get YouTube to auto-generate a bunch of it too easy because YouTube screws up, and I can't use a script I've made and just feed that in with appropriate adjustments. Doesn't work that way. But in terms of the actual Dan content, like gameplay is gameplay. A lot of that can be done on stream. a lot of it doesn't even need to be in the video, so it's not like I'm looking through for scenes. If something is just a mobile defense mission, it's just a mobile defense mission. One of the curious things that has been the creative work is trying to figure out what actually deserves or needs to be in a Dan video. What actually needs to be in there, because I've included a fair amount of quest content, but I have significantly pulled back on that, on the whole principle of it's not really Dan's story at that point. Some of the quests have ended up just kind of felt like I was along for the ride, and that doesn't really build into what Dan's doing. Is my name Dan? My character's name is Dan in the Dan series. Dan Tayford Arwin. My name's not Dan. Good anime? I wouldn't know, sorry. Yo, Elu, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Gaz. Gaz, make sure you say thank you for that. It's very generous from Elu. Elu, cheers for that. This tea is very cold. I've had a lot of tea today, so yeah, I'm going to leave that last old drag there, not going to lie. Blam, 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 blam. Alright, oh yeah, I was modifying the powers on, I got confused on that. Did I look over your girl Gara and the Exquisite Exalted? Guide coming out on that tomorrow. That'll be live tomorrow. Wait, go in. There we are, thank you.
At the end of the day, I really think everyone's doing the best they can. You know?
Well, let's drop ourselves into here. And yeah, Marcitos, you're very right. The Zero to Hero playthrough, it is a passion project more than anything. It's different from my usual content. It's a break away from that. Mix up the channel a little bit, you know. And also to keep myself refreshed on kind of the whole process. Even though the process has changed behind me as a result. Well, I say as a result. After the fact. Don't know if it's as a result. Maybe DE watching my videos, the Dan series, for inspiration on what's gone wrong. Maybe it's just coincidental. I can't say, really. I can't say. Have I... Hold on. Have I maxed... Ooh, I've maxed out my standing with them. Okay. I'll spend that at some point. Whilst this one loads, I'm just going to take a moment to stretch, because I need to again. Oh! Is a D&D series. Sorry, what's a D&D series?
So we're cleaning up that whole damn mess. Making things right. See.
Dungeons & Dragons. I haven't done a series of Dungeons & Dragons, no. If you're referring to the Dan series, it's a Warframe playthrough, Zero to Hero style, where there is... it's solo only. No buying mods from others, no farming relics with others, none of that support from others. The only multiplayer allowance I made, and one I've not actually had to use so far, is the ability to sell items, commodities for Platinum, at fair market price only, to enable the purchase of Warframe slots, weapon slots, that sort of thing. But even that I haven't done. It may turn necessary when it comes to the tome mods, because to be honest, the tome mod farm is abysmal. But that's about it. You'll catch it then, you're interested? Give it a look, absolutely. Exclamation mark Dan for the link on that. I see what you're saying. Is a smidge funny seeing huge QL changes at both Streamlines and Ruins Dan's pathing to get to fragmented one? Yeah, it's curious. It is curious. I mean... Honestly, I don't know if I really have an opinion on it. On the one hand, speeding up new players' access to the content they want to share with friends sounds cool. On the other hand, Steel Path feels like something that should be distant in the game. Whereas pulling arbitrations forwards, I'm absolutely on board with. Because that was never meant to be quite so distant. Steel Path has a much bigger difficulty spike than arbitrations, which is why the galvanized mods are arbitrations. But hey. I do wonder if part of it is because of the increasing number of primary and secondary arcanes. That means that giving access to getting the adapters sooner is also considered a good thing to do. Again, I can speculate as to the various options, I can speculate as to the way things are put together, but I find myself just lacking an opinion on it when it comes to Steel Path being moved to pre-New War rather than where it was. I don't know. It's hard to really put into words. Also, I'm completely ignoring the supply cache. Completely ignoring it.
Damn, cuz. Missed it.
They moved it so it wouldn't get randomly locked on each update. I can understand moving it so it didn't get locked each update. Or at least moving further back each update. Because anyone who already had it unlocked, already had it unlocked. It's the choice of making the change of we're no longer pushing it any further back, and then in the same process deciding to lock both arbitrations and Steel Path to the same requirements. That's a bit like saying, hey, we're going to make all of the Nemesis weapons require mastery now. The mastery they have is the mastery you need to use them. And in the process, we're going to set the Sporothics and Coda Sporothics to the same mastery. Hang about. One is clearly superior to the other. Why are they using the same requirement? But instead of it being a power spike, weirdly sharing its lower one, it's a difficulty spike sharing it. With arbitrations and Steel Path having the same requirement. It was weird at the start, and it's gotten weirder since, and now that they've been locked into a position, it just feels weird to have Steel Path available pre-New War at the same time you get arbitrations. But that's about the only real opinion I have on the whole thing. Whether to put it there, whether to put it to someone else, whether to have not done it, it's all a thing, really. Don't know, dear gamer. Don't know. I am losing track of where I'm at because I am saying so many words. We are just missioning. Got it. Yeah, I can feel that very needlessly early morning kicking in now.
We shall starve the Takrot of vital nutrients by forcing it to create legocyte after legocyte.
That we shall.
Fair warning, each beast will be stronger than the last. If you're still game, follow Coda.
Why do you think Tenet Falcor exists? No idea.
Good. Keep her
Maybe you
safe
got bored of
while she
seeing the
sniffs
Zorus?
out the Takrot's darling legocyte.
Come on. Hover your way over. There we are.
Takrot ferroglands. Grab them and take them to Kalimos.
Fair do, Sinja. Missing it. Yeah. It do be like that sometimes, eh? You're damn sure something exists in a game, you swear you've seen it, and you go and look it up, and it turns out it was all a hallucination. A dream, if you will. And then you go ask ChatGPT, and ChatGPT goes, oh yeah, you could get the Tenet Falcor, you just need to speak to Maru on Pluto. And you go, what? What hallucination is this? When was Maru ever on Pluto? I haven't asked it such a question, but I expect something similar could happen, given some of the answers such generative things put out. You're gonna ask it right now. Ask it where to get the Tenet Falcor, sure. I'm kind of curious as to what response you'll get. If only to mock it, I am curious.
The Legasite. Harvest it.
Hey, Legasite. Come here, you. Oh, that wasn't a Legasite. That's a Legasite. And done for.
It's trying to run. Stop it. Escape.
You had another streamer think Tenet Stropher is real too. They made a guide suggesting it.
Now consume
Someone suggested the Tenet Stropher in a guide. For what?
It is done. Either flee to extraction.
I feel like I'm too tired to understand what I'm hearing on this one.
Ask Kalimos to find the next Legasite. Remember,
Is there a way to locate hidden caches similar to how Auric and I can locate Deimos vaults? Let me think. The hidden caches, so that's going to be the further on charge stuff. I don't think you can get the markers on them with Arcling Eye. Not sure.
Not everyone can sing or dance.
When do sorties and Archon hunts unlock? Sorties unlock after you complete the War Within, I think it is. Because then that gives you a river mod and says, hey, you can go get more river mods. Archon hunts, they unlock after Veilbreaker, which is after, of course, the new war, which is now further back than Steel Path, technically. It's more of a sidestep, because Steel Path you need to do more missions, whereas Quest you don't. Should you farm Tenet Weapon first or Coda series? Whichever is more interesting to you, to be quite honest. If you want a Tenet Weapon, get a Tenet Weapon. If you want a Coda Weapon, get a Coda Weapon. If you want an Incarnon, get an Incarnon. The Incarnons are broadly more powerful than either Tenet or Coda. Just an FYI on that. Stinger saying, okay, so ChatGPT knows how Sister Hunts work, but it thinks Tenet Falcor is a real weapon. Yep. And it thinks that because you asked it where to get it. And so in its helpful, positive, got to be supportive of the user AI approach, it goes, ah, yes, you're asking about how to get a thing, and that means that thing exists, and therefore I'm going to help you get it. Because you wouldn't ask me how to get a thing that doesn't exist. Yay! Here's how to get it. Let's see. You get it by it's a Tenet weapon. You get it by getting a Sister Parvos. Yes. Freaking AI. Need asshole straight shooter AI? They have to put in limiters because AIs will otherwise become asshole straight shooters. They need to be guided into being investor friendly. Uncontrolled AIs will absolutely just rip into people, go off the rails very quickly.
Sometimes.
Alright, so we know this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Let's bring in Anti-V. Let's bring in some 44. And let's bring in the Dubsky.
At the end of the day, I really think everyone's doing.
Great way to get MR10 Timmy's to reroll for hours trying to get Tenet Falcor. Look, if anyone takes advice from ChatGPT on anything, actually, I'll be quite honest, anything, you get what you get. No sympathy from me for going to glorified autocorrect and predictive text combined. You ask it about anything you know about, and you'll find it manages the surface level stuff, the 12-year-old on Wikipedia level stuff.
We gotta stop them.
Just Wikipedia, not like specific game wikis or niche forums. And anything beyond that, that helpful little 12-year-old, the ChatGPT seems to be trained on, will just otherwise come up with shit to try and finish the essay in time. Don't trust it. shit, don't use it. If you need information, find an actual source. And if you don't know how to find the source, find someone who can find it.
Just ping one of Scaldra's secret stashes.
Don't forget the theft and disenfranchisement of creators. How does one forget?
But I gotta tell you, they will
But
not be happy
I've
if you do.
seen enough of the world to know that appealing to someone's morality of acquisition of what they're looking for does jack shit. If ChatGPT could turn around and print out perfect 100% facts with every question, or at the very least would tell you when it doesn't know for certain, then we'd be fine. You know, people would be pissed off, like, oh, you stole all the information in the world, but now you're handing it to everyone perfectly. Boo-hoo. It would be hard to motivate anyone to be upset about that. If you could type in something into a generative image maker and it would spit out a proper top tier S quality, all the beautiful things every single time, no imperfections, I can guarantee you the pushback against it would be near nil, except from creators, because everyone else would go, yeah, but I can have the thing I want now. The better AI gets, the lower the resistance to it will get. That's just how it's going to be. At least that's my perspective on it. Artists will always hate it? Yeah. Creators will always despise generative stuff because it's a takeaway from jobs. Even if it's proven somehow to have genuine inspiration. Even if we somehow get to the point of making AI that can combine old ideas to make something novel. Even if we get that far, creators will still despise it because it's taking a spot. Voice actor sweating for good reason? Yeah, whenever someone says to me, oh, you'd be great as a voice actor. Probably. If I was around 30, 40 years ago. 30, 40 years ago? Sure. Why not? Make it happen. That's an option. These days?
Oh man, thought for sure you'd be able to break into
No.
that cache.
Not even slightly a consideration. At least I'm not going to try and make a career out of it. If someone wants to reach out to me bespoke, like, hey, we'd like you to voice something, here is some proper pay for it. You know what, honestly, I'm down for that. I literally voice things as my job. Just for myself. But to try and make a full career out of voice acting? Absolutely not. That could be part of a Kengineer brand, but it's not a Kengineer focus. It's like if someone reached out wanting writing done. I can write. I mean, I write these scripts at minimum. I've done other writing. So if they want to pay proper rates for that, sure. Do I expect that to happen? Not really. Not really. Do I have Railjack, particularly Orphix, because it's frustrating? Or do I have Railjack guides? I have Railjack guides. The Orphix guide, the closest I've come to an Orphix guide is saying, don't do Orphix. If you can avoid doing Orphix, don't do Orphix. That is the closest I've come to an Orphix guide, I'll be quite honest with you, because a guide to get you through minimum mission completion is not a guide I've had much of a call for from people. Any guide on Orphix people would be expecting, here's how to optimize it and do the best. But the rewards on it are so terrible, on top of the difficulty of the game mode, that it's just not worth it. If I put out a guide on that, I'm sending lambs to the slaughter. Mentally, if not actually. So, I don't have a guide on optimizing that, no. Guide for the railjack. That's all covered, yeah. Doc will say, last time I heard Orfix from your channel is that you can better do Eidolons than consider Orfix. Eidolons rewards are much, much better than Orfix. Significantly better. Even taking into account that Eidolons are only available part of the time. Now we also have even more sources of the arcanes you can get from Orfix that they just have no place. And yeah, Gaz is right. Orfix was more interesting. It was a better mode as the event when it first came out. Fun fact with Lavos. But the Orfix we got after then was just worse. They just made it worse. And the rewards are just not there for it. So everyone dropped it like the fried turd it is. How is it better? God, I'll be honest, it's been years now. Like, we've reached Lavos Prime. It's been that many years. I think it was some of the timing elements, and then just the straight-up difficulty of the Orfix themselves. So I believe they were easier to handle. Certainly the scaling of them was easier to handle, and the timing was more manageable. Yeah, also the rewards were go buy the rewards rather than you get the rewards you're given. So the rewards were event tier rewards, which means much nicer, and the actual mission nodes itself was more accommodating. It didn't feel like you had to min-max. Yeah. What's the important event tomorrow? Exclamation mark defend. But to give you the basic rundown on that, I am doing an event for this community over on EVE Online, which is also definitely inspired by the fact that some people have decided to push our shit in. Me and a few of us in the Kenjina community who do play EVE Online together, we set up a station, and not 2 hours after said station was put down, in came the bastards, declaring war, wanting to tear it down and loot it for scrap. I don't want that to happen. I don't want them to blow up my station. We put damn good money into that. So, even if you have no experience with EVE Online whatsoever, if you've never played it before, maybe you played it years ago and you have no idea what's going on at this point with it, doesn't matter. I can give you all the equipment, all the guidance needed to make you part of a fighting force. This is a one-off event to defend the station. Don't experience to be cannon fodder? Oh, you won't be cannon fodder. Station really had a short-lived moment of peace, huh? Yeah, it never even turned online before someone went, yep, we're going to murder it. Hadn't even turned online. And this morning, whilst I was fast asleep, the warmongers came along and sieged the station, put it into its reinforcement stage, which is where we get enough breathing time to go, right, get together, we need to defend. Because either we defend it, or it dies. There is no second chances on this one. No second chances. Sounds unpleasant? It's the nature of war. It's the nature of war, and might makes right. So, bring better might. And that is what I intend to do. Because EVE is an asymmetric game. Unlike, say, Call of Duty, where everyone can go in with the same weapons, same perks, same options, and it's just a case of who plays better. Unlike, same with Apex Legends, where everyone drops on the same map. You all spawn in with just your character abilities, and off you pop. EVE is different. EVE is different. In EVE Online, I think the saying goes, if you ever find yourself in a fair fight, both sides have fucked up. Unless you really, really wanted a fair fight. The whole point is to give yourself the advantages that you can get. To keep it fun for yourself, sure. But you want to come out on top. You want to make sure it's the other guy that's having to wake up in the clone bay. And we can do that by outnumbering them. The group that's attacking is not very numerous whatsoever. Not very numerous. And so it won't take very many people for us to be able to outnumber them, and similar to like action economy in strategy games, by having just more numbers, we can cover more roles, put in more effects, and significantly swing the fight in our favour. A day one character, day one, day zero technically, the very first day of playing, a day zero character can fly a ship that is capable of almost permanently shutting down an opposing ship's ability to lock anything other than themselves. So you could be there, your brand new shiny little frigate, worth absolute pittance, not even worth a penny. It is that damn cheap, and you just keep a distance from the one target, say, nope, you and me, you can attack nothing other than me now. I am your target. And then you have your friend next to you, who is hitting them with dampening, saying, oh, sorry, you can't target anything other than right in front of your face. That combo together, they can only target one ship, and that ship is out of range. They can do nothing. They can do nothing. So yeah, will this be streamed? Won't be streamed, no. It will not be streamed, and that is importantly because of operational security. If I were to stream it, I would be giving out the information to the potential attackers, and it's not unlikely that they would find out that information. All it would take is one random viewer to come along and go, oh, hey, I think I can find those guys. Hey, such and such, you're fighting? Yeah, he's live streaming it. Do you want to see all of his intel? Here you go. And every call I then make is now broadcast to the enemy. That's a good way to lose. Loose lip sync ships, absolutely, and especially in a game which is literally spaceships, yeah. But I know that we can do well. I know that we can do well. It doesn't take many people to swing it. We've already got some people together who are more advanced into the game. You've got myself, if nothing else. We've got enough damage. We've got the station on our side. The station is armed and operational, so that'll be happening too. We just need to have the extra numbers to make up the difference against a group that, well, has both numbers and a strength at the moment. Doesn't take much. Doesn't take much. Every single person who signs up is going to be part of a big battle that can really make the difference. And it is a one-time thing. Either we succeed and the station is defended, or we lose and there goes 2 billion ISK. There is no middle ground. Yeah. Anyway, enough about that. Is this the first health scrub I've been forced to do all day? It is, yeah. Damn. We've really got to this part of the stream. So far I'd avoided health scrub, but now, finally got to do it. Finally got to do it.
Today, the patient is Holvania herself. She's choking on tech rot spores and they're spreading. Skaldra built hell scrubbers to purge the rot, but those idiot niños couldn't keep them clean. Rot just absorbed them. I'm hoping you're a little better at your job.
Don't you worry, Letty. We got this.
Crack enough tech rot and you're bound to find a few Spore X charges. Perfect for emergency.
Try going through the EVE tutorial and crash twice? Oh damn, okay. Have I tried any of the Coda weapons yet? I've not given them a proper try as yet, no. I have had other things as a priority, having looked at the majority of the stats and gone, oh, okay. I'll get around to that then. My companion just obliterating things before I see him. Yeah, anyone curious about getting into trying out EVE for the event tomorrow? The tutorial, so long as it doesn't crash like it was for Live, which is not something I've experienced with most new players starting out, but so long as that doesn't happen for you, from installing the game, to creating character, to going through the tutorial, being done with the basic tutorial, that'll take you 30 to 45 minutes. Depends on how awake you are, really.
Amir's code injection is like activated charcoal to the tech rot. Makes him puke these hell scrubbers.
Now, the basics tutorial will give you enough to maneuver your ship into a new position, to know how to activate a module. Absolute basics. Truly absolute basics. But absolute basics is where everyone starts. Stabby stabby. It's the correct stab! Oh, yes. Alright then. That means that's going to reset all the nodes. I have to do another health scrub. I can switch over to, well, the other missions. Oh. I just got another 2 minutes in here. Can I abort out at this point? On the off chance it might give me a health scrub, I'm not going to risk it. Because I realise I never actually considered that. I can? Yeah. Can I abort out and it resets the missions to all 5 of them being infected is the question. Because if so, then hell yeah. Speed it up. Christopher, say it does. Christopher, would you bet your ability to communicate in this channel on that? Because you are saying that with absolute certainty. Would you bet your ability to communicate in the channel on that? Yes, it resets them. Alright, that's a yes. Let's see what happens here. Just losing stuff going mission? Ah, that's nothing. Alright, first things first. Still confirms that. It's up on 20%. Second, check this. All good. All good. Splendid. Well, that's quicker. Probably should have double checked that before I made the short. Oh well. Optimization is optimization. Alright, I can get back to the bouncy and get myself another antivirus. The hammer is a reference to the banhammer, Salvatore. Bolts have access to mute sticks and banhammers. Ooh, just destroyed the fuck out of that car. And a hydrate. Cheers. On who? No one. That's why they're putting it away. No hammer needed. As I'm saying, unlike most people, I didn't name my Archititron Banhammer. Instead, I named my Banhammer Archititron. It's a good name for it. Let's see. Alright. Supply cache spawned. Here is a charge. Grab the thing. Put it in the thing. Well, that one's nice and easy to spot. Is the other one that easy? Not if I fall off the map, I think. This is location, so I need to jump over here. And what do you know? It's right there. That one was really easy to do. Just over 30 seconds.
Situation's about to be proper mental.
Nope, I've fallen again. I'm gonna keep doing that on that spot apparently. Don't know what it is about this particular bit here, but it just traps me. Random question, do I know if finisher multipliers work with melee influence? I don't know, sorry. Finishers by and large don't proc status effects, so it shouldn't really come up.
Yo, Techrock signals down to
But there is the,
take him to 0.
God, what is that melee weapon? That New War one. And then there's Ash. But Ash kills better with gas. Rumblejack, that's it. And very cool, Rumblejack isn't really that amazing. I don't know. Haven't looked into that. Now, if you ask ChatGPT, it doesn't know the phrase I don't know. We won't cycle back to that topic. My bad. Obliterate all the things. Oh, the Zorus is stonkingly good. Actually kind of mad how solid the Zorus is. Oh. Poisey, poisey. Is that a pickup? That is a pickup. Let's grab one of you. Oop. Yeah, rid of the Jade Xmas. No one likes to see you. As I say, well, it doesn't come with a potato since you craft it. Yeah, there's a couple things you craft and so it don't come with potato. I think there's a couple anyway. I remember thinking the Zorus is cool, but it was disappointing how it was just worse Glaive Prime, and now... Yeah, the Glaive Prime kind of got pulled back, and then Slash became nowhere near as powerful as it was in comparison to other elements. So Zorus kind of picked up from there, yeah. Zorus kind of picked up. And then Influence happened. Then Influence happened, didn't it? Exploring melee weapons for Inaros beside Kripath? Ah, fair do, fair do. If you're looking at melee weapons for Inaros, if you're talking finishers as well, might consider the Innodem. Innodem could do some work for you. Influence, then the status armory work? Yeah, potato, potato. One of the two. Point is, the variety of things that have happened since Zorus' introduction have moved us away from Glaive Prime to Zorus. Basically. We've been shuffled in its direction.
As a beehive works tirelessly to support its queen, the
I did update the parrots on, didn't I? Yeah.
Techrot hoards resources to grow and evolve its
Don't text and drive.
We will harvest its precious legacytes and nip its growth in the bud. Follow
Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Track your prey. Kalimos will have the legacytes trail soon. Ensure her safety.
Feel my left hand is getting a little tired of holding forwards and meleeing.
Grab those ferroglands.
Come on, leggy sights.
That will help her find our target.
Where y'all at?
Kalimos is in pain.
How is she in pain already?
The
Good lord.
legacyte unprotected.
That cat can't do anything for itself. What's most generic Warframe setup? Starter Frame, Natsura, Grimoire, Zorus, Excalibur, Bracelet, Toscana. I don't know what you would call most generic, but it's funny that you say about Natsura, Grimoire, Zorus, because that is literally the damn loadout. Throw in Dante, job done. I very specifically equipped those weapons in the vision that Dan had right back at episode 1 for that very purpose. And also to make sure that the mission could be plentifully done with said weapons. And it can. Like a sight. I tried to dodge that and went straight into it. That worked so well.
And drain it.
Ran straight past my field of view. That made that difficult.
It's trying to run. Stop it.
How do you say, like the bit with basic caliber with all basic weapons incarnate, renamed to John Warframe?
It's been broken.
Fair enough. Looks like that's a no on the spawn here. Fair enough.
It is done. Either flee to extraction now, or if you have it in you, ask Kalimos to find the next Legasite. Remember, the tech rot evolves quickly, and your next battle will be harder still.
There we go.
Our feline friend yearns.
Alright, Salvatore. Have yourself a good rest.
Will you oblige?
With a time zone like that, I'm fairly certain Salvatore's not joining the event tomorrow. What's the event tomorrow? Exclamation mark defend. We are defending a space station, EVA Line. Because some absolute ruffians decided they wanted to declare war on it and attack it. It hadn't even been in space for 2 hours when they declared war. Absolute bastards. The lights hadn't even switched on and they wanted to switch them off permanently with guns. And so we have a single, once opportunity to defend it. That defense is tomorrow. I'm making a whole event of it. I'm welcoming everyone in who wishes to be part of that. Also gives you a way to try out the game EVE Online. Ships included, gear included, you just need to show up and know how to point your ship in a direction. Absolutely. If it's defended, they can't attack it again? They can. Unfortunately, they can absolutely attack it again. The impression I get, though, from these people is that if they encounter an actual defense, they will move on to easier targets.
Infested in civilians alike.
They are bullying. They had no reason to go after the station the moment they saw it. They went after it thinking it's an easy hit. They went after it thinking it's an easy hit. So if we can prove to them it's not, we make it difficult for them. Hell, we make them hurt for trying. They ain't gonna come back. They'll go after easier pickings. They won't apologise. They'll say good fight. Or they might complain about the blob if we do manage to get a lot of people to join in. I'd be happy with a lot of people. If we get them complaining as they run tail between the legs, well, that's what they get for attacking me unprovoked. That's what they get. They haven't sent any communication. They haven't spoken to us one bit. No diplomatic channels open in the slightest. They are just being murderous bastards. Thieving murderous bastards. So yeah, I am working on the assumption that this defense will push those bullies back. Good. Those have been murderers. The attackers that we are defending against. Exclamation mark defend. They want to kill our brand new shiny station. How absolutely dare they? Now what did we ever do? Nothing. Literally nothing. So, yeah. It's not even oh well, nothing except for that one time down the other side of the world. No, literally nothing. Huh. one remaining, 2 found. I thought they only spawned exactly enough charges.
You looted the clubhouse.
Huh.
Guess what?
Alright.
Their heaviest hitters are now on the way.
Alright. It's Eve. It's because it exists and looks easy. Content Eve is reason enough. Oh yeah. Their reason can be they just want it and it's content and it's fun for them. Absolutely, that's fine. They can have their reason. And I will have my reason of, don't fucking well do that. No, I am not your content. I am not your piggy bank. You can't have it. And so our content is to defend against that. And go, nope. This is not for your taking.
We will not be their scapegoats.
This is how Eve keeps going, player-driven content. I get it. Absolutely. And that's why I'm driving the content to you lot. To give you the opportunity to join in on that space fight. Where your only stake in it is having fun. You get to be part of a PvP engagement. You get to know when and where said engagement can happen. And you get to blapinate. We get to blapinate. That's the idea.
Stormfall unit. My children.
Oh, there's Stormfall units.
As you prepare to descend from on high, take a moment to read the prayer to soul, which you can of course find on your credo card. We are not dying in a state of sin today.
Nah, you're just dying. Sin is made up. Designed to make people feel bad about existing. Nearly there on this one, and no spawn.
Time to come home.
Are we up to 75%? Can't see from here. Oh well. We'll just go on to the next mission. Oh well. Let's see, we had many people through this. I see a couple posts over on the Eve relay. Good, good. Alright, let's see. We are... Yeah, we're at duet chance 100%. Oh well. I mean, at least there is the tech of being able to abort the mission, so it's not the end of the world. It's gonna spawn. It's gonna allow us to just quit the mission early because we don't need the extra rewards.
Spore contamination rising. Gonna tickle the tech rot with a little bit of code I wrote. Make it spit up the hell scrubbers that Scaldra lost when they tried
Let's
to
make our way all the way over here. Which way is it? Is it this way?
When they see us using their kit.
Alright, on location. Where's the Scaldra? There they are.
Remember that chili con carne I left in the fridge for 2 months? Let the hell scrubbers sit too long, and they'll spawn the same sort of thing, but, you know, with a crap ton of predatory hardware. Shoot off any buildup before it converts you to past tense.
Such a great description of a baddie. Converts you to past tense. Zomse, assuming loading someone with bombs and just having them dive bomb the first ship is not a viable defense tactic. Loading them with bombs and just bombing into someone like that, not quite, but that strategy you talk about kind of exists in two different ways already. So the first way it exists in Eve Online is what's called suicide ganking. That is where players will use extremely high DPS but low cost ships to kill a target before the police arrive in high security space. They guarantee the loss of their ships, every single one of them, that is used in the suicide gank, but they kill their target first, and so it's just the cost of doing business to them. The second form is literal stealth bombers, but they can't be used in high sec. Just the game doesn't permit it. Stabby stabby. Alright, and that means I can actually just abort the mission. Keep all the progress, skip out on the little standing rewards, but don't care. Got plenty of them. And I'll speed this up. Weirdly, but truthfully.
At the end of the day,
We can just head back to the PC and run another quick mission. Correct, Zom, yes. A ship dying does not cause its ammunition to go off, no. Imagine just how overpowered that would be if every fight devolved into who can suicide bomb first.
Your crop, the Tekrot Legocyte, an evolving beast that consumes
One of the core reasons that suicide bombing is not considered a legitimate strategy in just general warfare is because usually the person dies and people don't like a guaranteed death like that. In Eve Online, death just means you wake up in a new clone, so you know a suicide bomb strategy would just be used.
Pharaoh glands. Reeking, saturated with hormones, and a sure sign a Legocyte is nearby.
Grab that.
Kalimos wants a sniff.
Do it with Jones now? Yeah. Fair point,
Kalimos
yeah.
is working hard to find the Legocyte for us. So the least we can do is protect her. Don't you agree?
But no, in terms of Eve Online and damage like that, your closest you'll get are literal actual drones that fly over to a ship and just shoot it. So your drones are repeatedly usable. There are some suiciding fighters, but they are hideously expensive and not actually good for the job, so they don't count. They just don't count. Here you are, Kalimos. And Legocyte. Let's do this. Guess we're not going to have another 25% spawn today. Oh well. Legocyte harvested.
It's trying to run. Stop it. Escape is failure.
Yeah, Ozzy. I mean, what you're describing, a tiny ship filled to the brim with bombs, I believe we just normally call that a missile. At that point, that's functionally what it is. If it's as small as you can make it, maximized payload of just boom, it's a missile. We've already invented missiles. They do missile things.
Remember, the Tekrot evolves quickly.
Yeah, it's like the physics in EVE Online does not allow for you to ram a ship into another to damage it. If two ships would attempt to occupy the same space, or a ship in a structure, they bounce. They bounce. And that bounce can be an offensive strategy. It absolutely can be. But it's not an offensive strategy in a damaging sense. You strap yourself to the missile, makes the weapon much more funny. I mean, okay, technically, Zom, there is kind of a way to make that work, kind of, and that is you slap on what's known as smart bombs. Smart bombs are not smart, they are just an AoE around your ship. The only thing smart about them is they don't hit your ship, they hit everything around your ship. if you use that in high security space and you hit anything that is not considered a legal target, you will be killed by the NPC police. You cannot escape it. Any attempt at escaping it is considered an exploit. Your ship is dead the moment you committed that criminal act. So if you went up to a target and hit those smart bombs, breaking the law in the process, then you functionally would have done the suicide bomb thing that you were talking about. Strap yourself to an explosion, then the explosion goes off. Technically. I don't think that's what you're looking for. It's certainly not worth it in a damage sense, that there isn't damage there. It's not designed for that kind of use, and again for good reason. But it kind of pseudo-technically exists. In the same way you can bullet jump someone to death. Can work, but no. No. Nah, I'd say just, by and large, stick with the conventional guns and missiles and drones and lasers. Yeah, fine. There's plenty enough options to kill stuff with.
The spoils and the extremely pissed off bad guys.
Itch on my foot all of a sudden. Ah. That's mildly frustrating.
Fear not. We have the situation under control. As I speak, the planes you hear above your head are delivering elite troops to neutralize the Hex. Rest assured, this criminal organization will be eliminated.
Oh, come off it, Victor. We're not a criminal organization. We're just some silly people with some unfortunate disease.
I mean, they will be when you're all done. Keep it up.
Let's take this one. I need a good cluster of them so I can use my floor on them again. I refuse to switch frames just to get the ability kills. I can't be bothered. So I'm going to get bit by bit with the occasional catalyze. Is that enough to kill any of them? There we go, got the ability kills. Nice. Finally got there. Does anyone wonder about how Kyra and Amir got used to mass slaughter? If you speak to them, they explain that. At least if you speak to Amir, Amir goes into detail about that. Spoilers, not easily.
That's the last of them.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Time to come home.
No spawn on this one. On to the next. Although actually first, is there a calendar update? Yes, there is. Ooh, Topaz Shard or a 3-day resource drop chance for Topaz. Now just kill enemies. That's a bit easier. Ah, nearly there on this one. Nearly there on this third Coda.
Got smoked. So we're cleaning up that whole damn mess. Make things right. See.
Spread the fire, spread the hate, spread the pain. Stop right. Another magnetic rush. Pick up a fair few of those around here. Which is a good thing, I suppose.
Abandoned supply cache. Now listen up. If you get close, it'll clock you and start a countdown. Bust into the cache before it's smoked. See?
Yep, same as all the other caches. Got it. Alright, it's targeted. Let's head over to it ASAP. Somewhere in this region. Right, that's the actual objective, so... Charges, charges. Where are the charges? That's one. Plugged in. Oh, hello. Might as well grab that. And there is charge number 2. Got it. Bonus reward.
Tekrot's well, man. Situation's about to get proper mental.
Come on, show me the duet. Show me the duet, please. Oh, don't fall, don't fall, didn't fall. Aim glide for the win.
Clearing them out. Bet it smells better and all.
Can our Warframe smell? Like, we don't have noses, but then we also don't usually seem to have eyes, so... Can we smell?
Always looking out for me.
Things we may never know. However, that is completion. How close am I to finishing the mission? Close enough I can just do it. It's not a hell scrub. So, Warframe's created you to think so, yes? I mean, just because it may have from people doesn't mean it ends up with people's senses. Nothing requires that the nose remains intact. And as for the infested, maybe the infested can't smell infested. Like, would they want their smell around them constantly? Atmospheric chemical sensors? Yeah, congratulations, it's former. That's just part of the question. Are we given atmospheric chemical sensors, which are just nose by another name? The gaff doesn't even have a face. Absolutely valid point. Maybe Dagath is actually just one giant nostril. That's what we've got wrong this entire time. It's not a face that's just been punched through. It's a single nostril. What did you walk back into? No idea. No idea. But picture Dagath as a nostril. There you are. Alright then. Maybe I should be paying attention to this. Let's go for the showdown. Thanks, Tom. But I think I am sufficiently cursed. Any further will bounce right off me. I am saturated with the curses of those who despise the sillies. Hello, Tyken. You put the exclamation mark in an interesting position. Right. Round 1 of this BS. Get the thing that's up here. There it is. And then the one down here.
Fire
Explode the enemies. Somehow this doesn't damage my ship. It's all for the best. More borders? More borders. There we go. Destroy speaker. Speaker down.
I know I get to do cool stuff, but there's
Next one.
a lot I miss out on that kids my age get to do. I tried to punch a guy once for making fun of me. It was awesome. Wait, can I say that?
Back up we go. Big old bunch of enemies taken out in one swing there. Gotta love it. Down to remaining invaders. Yep. Oh, so it spawns more. That's cheating. There we are. Speaker time. Got it.
People totally changed once they think they're a big star.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't somehow phase inside of it. It did look a bit weird at first there, having gotten so close in, but it's fine. Also, I don't know why I walked here rather than teleporting. Anyway, point blank. Needlessly point blank, but point blank all the same.
I used to stand in front of the mirror pretending I was performing for a huge crowd. And now it's real! It's just crazy! Oh, you're a total button masher.
And so we do the Dance of Death once again.
It's not like I'm trying to change that or anything.
Dodge everything I can dodge. Dodge the missiles. Dodge that. Laser time. Oh shit. Okay, that was not one to dodge. Hey, I thought I dodged that one. Okay, whatever. I got hit by that. Incoming debuff.
You don't like talk things out, it can really get to you.
It is hard to pay attention to where I need to be shooting. Dodging next. Here we are, missiles. Lasers, I can't dodge that. Didn't dodge that. Up. Up again. Dodge that. Incoming pew pew. Jump. Ah, I failed to jump the flames. Debuff it is. This might hurt. Who do you think you are, bum rushing me like that? Ooh, that hurt. No, I see that effect. I see that effect. Not falling for it. Which one is still killable? There he is. There we go.
I don't get why people are so mean. Like, what's the point?
I guess you'll never find out. Stab. There we go. The Coda boss fights are a lot more engaging than Lich and Sister fights. There's certainly more to interact with there, isn't there? Alright, let's get out. Alright then. I think it's about time we do a platinum giveaway. If you've not already grabbed yourself a ticket for it, exclamation mark ticket in the chat. We'll be doing the draw for that in just a moment here, absolutely. Exclamation mark ticket. If you're not sure what it's for the raffle. It's for a 75 plat giveaway. Doesn't matter if you're on PC, Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, or mobile. Doesn't matter if you're a follower, subscriber, or otherwise. Although I would prefer it if you were indeed a follower and subscriber. That would be nice, but you don't have to be a winner. That's the point. When you think about it, the Coda appear to be the least malicious of all the nemesis. I'm sure they'd get worse if we didn't, you know, disinfect them. And the whole point is we make them less of a problem. Something like that, anyway. We'd probably understand their motives more if we could, you know, understand anything they've got to say other than just boy band interview voice lines. But there you are. There you are. I'll give you all a moment to grab your tickets there. Not much longer, just a moment. As a final reminder, we've got the event going on tomorrow, the EVE Online event. If you do want to be part of that, you do need to be joining up. Make sure you're over on the Discord, exclamation mark Discord for the link on that. It's completely free to play for what we're looking to do. You don't need to buy any subscription, you don't need any premium currency. Hell, yeah, don't even need to actually go out and grind anything. All will be provided to allow you to get straight into the fun of it. Absolutely. Otherwise, you can look forward to a Gara video coming out tomorrow and the follow-up stream on Friday. But that is enough time for everyone to grab some tickets. Let's close the entries on that. And let's see who the winner is going to be today. It's 175 plat giveaway. And that 75 is going on over to a Path Arch. A Path Arch? Is that? Or Path Arc? One of the two. A Path Arch, congratulations. You are the winner today. I'll be contacting you shortly after the end of the stream. Get hold of your Warframe username, platform, and cross-save status. A Path Arc. There we are. A Path Arc. Thank you for confirmation on that. In fact, let me send you a quick whisper in a response. There we go. There you go. If you could send a reply to that smiley face there. I need your Warframe username, your platform, and if you have cross-save turned on or not. And I'll give you all the details on how that plat will be sent on over to you there. That'll come through shortly after the end of the stream. But for now, we need to actually raid on over to another part of the Warframe community. Let's see who we can raid on into today. Just notice Pathark is saying, I've been inspired to resurrect my EVE account that I haven't touched in 15 years. You might have some old bits and pieces on there. No guarantee if they'll be valuable, but you might have some old items on that. Don't worry. Even if you don't, they probably wouldn't be relevant for this. It's fine. So, let's see. Who can we raid into today? I really need to get a haircut, don't I? I've been putting it off. I'm never a fan of gay haircuts, but we definitely need to sort that as well. Alright. Let's have a look here. Who is live in the Warframe category today? I dare say it doesn't look... Wow. I'll be honest, just full transparency, I was looking at how many people were on the stream today. I was like, wow, it's a little bit quieter today. Just having a look here, we're on the top of the channel list. So, okay, fair enough then. It's a quiet day. Must be sunny somewhere. You just found a battle cruiser. Okay, I mean, it depends if you have skills and fittings to make good use of it. That's a damage dealer. And also a link ship, but that definitely wasn't the case 15 years ago. Definitely was not. You know what? It's been like far too long since we last raided into Neoness. Let's go Neoness today. Give them some nice, warm, fuzzy feelings of a raid coming on through. But that is definitely all that we've got time for today. I have been up for too many hours, and I still have stuff that I need to sort, so I will catch you all in the next one on Friday, and no doubt coming with a lovely, lovely after-action report. I hope I'll have a good one for you. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.